Shell, what it do? You and Larry on house. That's what's up. You can find your cool picture to upload back there. We need to switch platforms. That's what we need to do. I just been slacking on finishing. You should beat my ass a little bit on the other app. Trying to get everything. And plus we keep shuffling people.
Oh yeah, shuffling and ruffling.
All right.
Wheeling and dealing.
I ain't got no bars.
I got a couple just do something together on the ride home, man. Let's roll. Oh man, I almost knocked over my goddamn drink. I'm here for real connections and affections. God was only testing. My failures was a lesson. I'm gonna do that over 3, 2, 1. I'm here for real connections and affection. God was only testing. My failures was a lesson. It's the Culture Uncut podcast, and I'm kicking it with the fam. What it do?
It's the Enterprise, man. I don't really got no bars for you, but let's take flight.
Hell yeah. Sometimes you gotta take flight. Tell you what though, a wise woman once told me, "Big wheels keep on turning,
Turning,
proud Mary keep on burning,
burning.
and we're soaking. I'm soaking like a river." Oh, my splash delayed. Got rid of YouTube Premium.
Mm, mm, mm.
Splash.
I'm saying I'm a new school shaman, looking for a chick that is softer than shaman, real intellectual, so we got something in common. And I don't mind if she my twin flame, long as she's not karmic. Peace.
All right, nice little cadence right there. I like that, brother Surge.
You gotta
Nice
use
little
that
We are
commercial
Charmin and not
jingle.
that two ply.
we are back. Coach Uncut podcast, another week. Shell, what it do?
Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday, even though I ain't have no tacos today.
Taco Tuesday, it's
What's going
Pod
on?
Tuesday. You're officially part of the crew now. Like you're officially on the team. This is what your second podcast, third podcast, kicking it. You gotta come with some bars next time. You can't come half
I
stepping.
know, I know. I need to be prepared.
Most definitely, most
I
certain.
sang with Trey, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You did ad lib pretty good there. I like that. Shit was flowing. How we feeling, man? Off of Memorial Day weekend. We had a 3-day weekend. It's Tuesday. Y'all had a rough go at it back at the office, or what was it like? Let's
I'm
get
on
in the weekend
vacation.
first.
I'm
Weekend
on, I'm
first.
on, I'm on vacation, so I ain't went back to no office. I ain't clocking in. Chilling right now.
Oh, you
Still on.
vacated?
Yeah,
Okay.
but my weekend was pretty. I actually was pretty busy. I had a lot of graduation parties to attend. But other than that, I did some fishing and just chilled.
Big
I ain't,
peacock.
I seen some of your fishing footage.
yeah.
You
I
seen the
really be
peacock
fishing.
tail?
Mm-mm. Look like
What y'all
y'all was
get? What,
chillaxing out there.
what y'all get into this weekend? Anybody doing anything dope? Or y'all just kicking it?
Mm.
So I went to DC this weekend.
Oh.
Celebrate a really great friend. She retired from the military, so I
Okay.
was up there at the headquarters in DC. And
Oh, shout out to Jeanette.
Janita,
Oh, Janita.
shout out to Nita. Yep, 22 plus years of service, straight out of Mississippi like me. And all I'm gonna say is we had a time. It went down. It went down. We had stuff I got in on what Thursday and party
I
so
need the
hard.
details, Shell. You
Yeah,
can't
you
be
got on you
somebody
got
with
on the bus. I know y'all got on
You
that
gotta
bus.
check. You gotta check out my stories and my little. I'm gonna do a reel, so I have a reel coming up probably tomorrow on the whole weekend event. But we hit up a couple places in PG County. We did brunch. We just did it all, and we had a good time. So we celebrated her, celebrated friendship, had some good laughs, a lot of drinks, and a little bit of
Mm.
drama. So had a good little mixture in there of everything.
Yeah,
I
you
made
can
it
Mm.
back
have a good.
safe though. I made it back safe, so everything was good. Everybody was good, straight.
I never heard of a girls' trip with no drama, so that's par for the course. Everybody came back friends, so that's dope. How was Chocolate City? They call DC Chocolate
That's
City.
right. And see, my girls, if anybody know you follow me long enough, you know that there's a group of girls that I hung out with pretty tight when I was living there. And so I named us the Real Housewives of Chocolate City. And
Ah,
people always be looking like, I'm like, DC is the original Chocolate City, although y'all want to make it Atlanta, but DC is Chocolate City.
yeah, I seen your visuals on the gram. You had your whole like what were you going to the the Grammys dress?
No, that's just a little something,
Oh,
something,
some, some. Okay, okay.
Just
No
trying to,
some.
it was a lot hot, so I didn't want to be out there sweating.
No, you can't be out
Oh,
there perspiring and whatnot.
Just
oh,
doing my thing.
Hmm.
too hot for all that.
Hey,
You gotta have extra baby powder. And if you walk around here chase,
I got me.
you gotta keep extra baby powder on deck. Well, in the summer heat.
Do y'all have anything special planned this summer as far as vacations? What you guys got going? Anybody got anything dope going on? No.
Not really. If
I
ain't
I
got
nothing
some
do.
ain't
dope things
playing
lined
yet.
up.
Shoot, I'm going to see Usher in Vegas.
Oh,
I'm
that's
going to the
fire.
I'm going to the
Oh,
Napa.
boy. He about to
I'm going
bring
to
you
the
on
Napa.
stage,
I'm
twerk you
going to the
down.
Napa Wine Festival.
Napa Valley.
Excited about that. I'm going to Jamaica.
Mm,
Excited about that.
better
I
get
So
your Irie.
and then a couple of little more in and out little trickle. Going to see my grandma in Nebraska. Uh, just a few little smaller trips in there. I got
Grandma in
plenty.
Nebraska?
Huh?
No black people out in Nebraska like that.
I have quite a bit of family in Nebraska.
Big corn husking, huh?
Does Usher have a residency out there? What is he doing out
I
there? Is it
think,
just
Yeah,
it's a
he does.
concert? Oh, he has that's dope.
And I've
yeah.
been
Gotta
trying to
catch
go
artists out there.
for a long time.
Yeah.
So finally decided I'm gonna pull the trigger, and a couple of people hit me up about it when I was in DC, and I was like, "Word, all right, let's knock it out." Because I was gonna go by myself,
What
Right,
but
right.
casino?
What'd you say, Trey?
I
What
forgot.
casino?
I'll look it up.
It's gotta be Caesars or MGM, one of the two
One of the
probably.
two. Yeah.
Yeah, just guessing out of the
He
out of the
been out there
Quicken
for a
Sky.
while now, if I ain't
We've been
mistaken.
in there for a minute, and he just keeps
Yeah.
asking. He keeps adding dates. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I tried to go last year a couple times, but my schedule just
They say
wouldn't
he put on
accommodate.
quite a show. He be out there skating and all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got him on my bucket list. I gotta check him out. Who do you guys have on your bucket list as far as artists? Michelle, who you got? You new to the show. Are you going to see Usher? Who you got on your bucket list of artists that you want to see before you kick the bucket?
Don't get on me, but I'm not going to see the new Beyonce. I'm not doing Beyonce this time around. So I've seen her twice. I've not Sade.
Oh,
Mm.
you gotta go to Africa to see that.
I wanted to see Lauren Hill before I leave this earth. Who else? Yeah, I think it's
I love those two right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got Lauren Hill. I didn't even think about Sade. I'm a
I
big
never
Sade
did
fan,
either.
but I didn't think about catching her live. She don't really tour a lot, but I definitely got to put that on my radar if she ever go touring because she got some vibes. And R&B
Yeah.
concerts be hitting. You know what I'm saying? Be a lot of love in the arena.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I love R&B shows. Rap shows be a little bit too much for me sometimes. Be too much energy and
Especially
whatnot in the
depending
building.
upon who the artist is too.
Exactly.
Right.
I ain't got time.
But I got Lauren Hill up there too. I would like to see her too. Lauren Hill would be nice.
Yeah, when Trey was talking about that, man, my heart was just so full. I was like, I was hoping you didn't tell us nothing, you know, that she was
No.
just only late and, that you actually got to see her. So I was happy for that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think in
both.
the same vein, I would love to see Babyface.
Oh yeah, he
Was that
probably be
good in
nice too.
Yeah, I know. Mom's
Nah,
and
he
Pops was
not.
a big fan of Babyface growing up. I remember a lot of his slaps. Same time frame as Sade. Um, I know. I wouldn't mind seeing. It ain't like a super bucket list thing, but I just wouldn't mind seeing them live. Bruno Mars, him and the Silk Sonic, they did a residency out there last year, and I really wanted to see it just because I
I
just think
was
that'd be like a cool vibe, bro. Just cool brothers, nice R&B vibes going. I wouldn't mind seeing them live as well.
same. I was sad. I was there when he was there, and I couldn't break away from our schedule to do it. But everybody always says he puts on a phenomenal show. So it is at Caesar's Palace, the Usher residency.
But for the
Wow.
newbies, I wouldn't mind seeing SZA.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I want to see Scissor. I want to see Tim's.
I want to
Tim's,
see
I
her.
got very high on my list.
Yeah.
I think she was touring with Beyonce, right? If I'm not mistaken, if they, she probably called that off. But I think she was one of the acts that was supposed to tour on some of the dates with Beyonce. That's why I was really interested. But I want to catch B, but I can't. I'm not gonna pay those crazy prices, man. Hopefully, my Rock Nation plugs come through for the show she got down here in South Florida. I'm banking on that. I just can't foresee right now dropping that type of ticket on her. But if Tim's is there, that would be nice to hit two birds in one stone. I really like the
Mm,
music that she making, but SZA will be fire. LMA, I was gonna check her out, and then the whole rainstorm, her tour got canceled here in South Florida when all that raining was happening. It
Oh
was
yeah,
flooding. So they canceled hers, man. So if she rescheduled, I'm definitely gonna catch LMA. Big fan of hers as well.
I
I think
wouldn't
on the
mind
hip hop
seeing
scene,
her.
who that?
Yeah,
Her.
Her.
her. Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah. That'd be a
yeah,
Yeah,
gas show.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind seeing her. I saw Anita, so she was on my list.
yeah. I gotta catch
yeah.
Anita. I might not catch Anita. Hopefully, I do. I won't talk crazy, but you know, Anita on the other side of her midlife, I would say. We got a nice docket, man. We're gonna hang out a little bit today. A lot of different vibes. I didn't get into too much this weekend as far as Memorial Day. I just hung out. Went to the park on Saturday. Grilled for the boy, my son, my nephew, and their friends at the park. Let them boys hang out. That's the highlight of my weekend. I didn't get into a whole lot outside of that. Just chill with the fam and relax, work. Me and Trey was on the phone a lot, just a lot of back and forth with business. I'm going to Atlanta this coming weekend. So we had to organize a lot of stuff for the NIL summit, pulling up to shoot some content for home field apparel, the University of Florida, and a whole lot of other stuff. So I was just locked into work over the weekend and kicking it. Didn't get into a whole lot. But this summer I do got a lot planned. We're gonna go to North Carolina to check out the Appalachian Mountains as a fam. Trey taking his fam, I'm taking my fam, my mom's, pops, nephew, everybody pulling up to kick it as a unit up there in the mountains. So that's the biggest plans I got besides Atlanta. Going to Atlanta a couple times. A lot of work, a little bit of vacation. I bring the fam with me to kick it, but that's all I got. Nothing too crazy. Gearing up for the fall. The fall is gonna be insane for travel and football season. That's when we really get
Yeah,
busy. So just trying to maintain until the kids go back to school, man. Most thing is just summertime, keeping these kids busy.
Yeah,
yeah.
my weekend was kind of low key as well. On Friday was chill, of course, and on Saturday I got the opportunity to link up with Relly, former guest on it. Well, she's still part of the show. She's still in the midst of transition and whatnot. It was her last hoorah. She had a going away joint at Fin and Feathers. It's a black owned spot that's big here in Atlanta. And I was surprised, man. Really brought out a huge ass crowd. There's a lot of people here in Atlanta love Relly, so they showed up for. It was, if you know Relly, it was quite the shenanigans. She had a bunch of wild shit going on, but it was good vibes, good people, good great food. Um, so that was pretty exciting. Then on top of that, outside of that, it was just like went to this carnival, local carnival circus that they got here in town. That was I'm not really a big fan of like the carnivals and circus type. Even like my kids, they super. My youngest, she's super woke on a lot of like she's like, I don't want to see no like animals in captivity, and like if we're gonna go, let's just go. Have eat some good food, and just ride a couple rides, and let's get up out of there type vibes. But all in all, it was a good time to spend with them out there at the carnival. I was supposed to hit up this jazz festival that they got going on that they have every year at Piedmont Park. And once you get down here, bro, we'll kind of check it out. They have it like throughout the summer. They always have stuff at the park as far as like jazz festivals, different musicians that pop out. So that was the plan,
Mm.
but you only got so much time in a day to be able to get to everything that you want to do in a weekend. But it was definitely a restful type vibe weekend. Got a lot done. Got my mental squared away before I kicked back into the work week. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't like fairs and carnivals either, man. The carnies and they hire a lot of crackheads at these places, man. They put together these rides. I just be careful putting your kids on these temporary ass rides, man.
Yeah,
Well,
they
Quarter
fold them
pipe.
up and put them back in the truck.
Man, everything's a scam out there, man. I want to go back out there. This doggone African man, he scammed me. He got me good too, though. That nigga, he had a booth set up. He was like, man, give me $10. I'll give you 100 incense. So I'm like, bet 100 for the 10. They got 2 packs. Man, I got home and started burning them like it just wood, dog. You don't even smell nothing.
Damn.
He got me good.
you gotta have
Got you
some.
some
You gotta have
sticks.
if you're a smoker, you have light in your pocket. Let me see. I want to see what you're smelling like.
Yeah.
Your partner.
Fire this thing up right quick.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you out here play pimping. Just don't smell like Nathaniel.
I ain't never think to test the dog on incense, man. Though.
Yeah, man. People scam anything these days, bro. Like, I didn't know now. I'm glad you gave me the heads up. So I'm just keep my fire on deck. And if I buy random incense, I'm gonna fire them bitches up. See what
Yeah.
it do.
But this shit don't smell. You can keep it.
Right?
Refund on deck.
You didn't smell them there. They didn't smell like nothing. Did the wood smell like a scent or no?
Like I think he just like coated like
He sprayed some air freshener
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
because he
wood.
had all the oils and everything too. Like
The bag stink. Nigga gave you a smelly bag.
Cause I sniffed the bag. I was like, this shit was called Starburst. I was like, damn, boy, I ain't never had this Starburst flavor. Boy, I'm about to light the house up. Boy, it's about to
And
be
you
on.
still don't.
Yeah, still ain't got it. Ain't soaking no
Man, you
draws.
damn sure still don't.
No.
I hate.
He
I don't,
rubbed the Starburst on the outside package. Let me suck on this Starburst and get it ready for him. Here you go.
if
Let
he
that
sucked
bitch
on the
not get
Starburst
kicked
to do
out.
it, that's wild. Like he deserves
Yo.
it. You know,
Wow.
you work for it. Tell you that.
Nice and sticky for you.
Ooh, that's what she said.
Oh yeah. Too sticky, sir. Peel these off.
I bought some incense one time, like those, and these are very popular incense down here in South Florida. I don't know if y'all got them, but it's like some blunt. They call them like blunt. They like colorful.
Yeah,
They
I know
look
what
like
you're
they
talking
may be
about.
fire. They got some dope like kiwi type names and shit. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
bought a pack of them shits, and it burnt like fast, and I ain't smell nothing. Or some of them won't even burn. It'll start burning, then
They
stop.
buds. Yeah.
Yeah, them shits. I didn't have a good experience with them, but they're very popular here. I think they're called like blunt sticks or some shit like
They
that.
real colorful. That's why they
Right.
popular. They stick out.
They're in
Yeah,
like
I
every
wish I had.
gas
I
station
wish
though,
they
and they
had
don't
one
even
more.
work.
Yeah, on every gas. You're right. Every gas station got them, and they big as hell.
Yeah, that's how they got me, bro. Them shits are like 6 feet long, bro. Like, yeah, this bitch gonna burn all week. Let me get this shit, man.
That was my thought of it.
Yeah.
Like, damn,
And
nigga, I'm tired of
unfortunately,
buying
they-
incense.
I'm an incense guy. What do you guys? Incense or candle guys? Where y'all at with it at y'all crib?
Candles.
I prefer the. I like the candles, bro.
Yeah.
I prefer candles. Yeah.
Oh, incense me.
Yeah, incense me. It gotta smell like Erica Badu house, man. And it need to smell like Dr. Umar is doing Bible study in the back room.
Well, I
Type
got all the
shit.
white people at work pissed off. Boy, they're like, "You gonna like that again today?"
Yeah. Patchouli, motherfucker. I got some Murph in the back if you want to smell some
This
Murph.
is
God
patchouli.
damn it. What's it called, KB? That's what it's called?
You said it.
Yeah.
Big patchouli.
Patchouli.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man.
Oh,
Tomato.
yeah, all them fragrances that Jesus had, frankincense and myrrh.
All the stuff they was talking about in the good book, man. I got it. I'm gonna light it
That
on
shit
fire.
loud, boy.
No, it smells. It's. I think it smells smooth, man. It just smells. Um, my favorite shit lately is, and I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of them, but the Palo Santo sticks.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm firing them bitches. I just walk around with them shits all day, just lighting them, keeping the vibes and that smell in the air. But that's my one of my favorite scents right now. I love that scent. Fire
Oh,
shit.
I see him. I see him all the time.
Yeah,
oh,
Palo
they
Santo sticks. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'll fire that bitch up in your establishment or anywhere. If the vibes is off, I'm gonna fire my little Palo Santos. Hey, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
oh
You
yeah.
ain't wrong.
I do the
So,
same joint. They give me a little hint. Just walk by me and start.
Passive aggressive.
oh,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
see
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I say that too, man. Like everybody, they look at you weird when you start burning the stuff that they was burning in the Bible. Like people, they look at you like you're doing voodoo or something. No,
That's
man,
what they
this
do.
is
They look at you like you casting
yeah,
spells or
like
something.
you're casting spells or some shit. Nah, bro, they had this in the good book, the book you read every day in church on Sunday. Not every day, but when you go to church on Sunday, that book that they teach you out of, they burnt these same incense, man.
Unless they ain't got to that part yet.
Nah, they just had the judgmental parts,
No,
Mm-hmm.
they reading that.
convenient ones.
Lead the lead.
Yeah, what's the name of it? New international version.
All of them a version. All of them a version. Like it depends on
We're
which
gonna be
version you
reading.
like.
Boy, these dogs on TikTok, they're gonna be reading the shit. They'll be like, yeah, and Jesus clapped back and had like, they're gonna have different slang. And by the time they
We about to get deep with
Yeah.
it. We can do this ad read because I'm about to ask a question, but that's gonna take us. That's gonna be a full fledged conversation. One time for the great folks at takeavacay.com. Be sure to use coupon code CUP at checkout for 15% off of all Delta 8 THC products. They have gummies in the flavor of kiwi, pomegranate, blue raspberry, and watermelon. They have vapes in the flavors of blue dream, uh, straw nana, bubblegum OG, and cherry pie. I'm doing this with no paper, man. It's pretty impressive, man. All of this is like legal to your mailbox, discreet packaging. You don't have to worry about the jump out boys or even the mailman knowing what the hell you got coming in your mail because it's discreet. Brown bag or a brown box, whatever it may be. But anything you want, Delta 8 or THC, takeavacay.com. The products is fire. It's all premium products. If you're not into THC and got to pass drug test, we have sleepy gummies that's derived of all natural botanicals like ashwagandha, lemon balm, and melatonin. Coupon code CUP at checkout for 15% off. Chris, what they do, my guy? Good folks over there at Take a Vacay, man. Y'all hold it down, get you some vibes. We
oh
was
yeah.
talking about vacation. Let's take you some vacay on vacay. My man Chris is about to make some you know how they got the honey?
Mm-hmm.
Back.
The honey pack.
He's about to make some honey packs, man. He got his own
Shit.
version of honey packs he putting out.
Oh man, he
Where did we went, bro?
boy.
He tapping in.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
tapped in, posted. He
He
said, "Man,
tapping in.
one of my friends told me about it. Silk. I went to a gas station. I grabbed some and took I had my vacay on vacay, like my products, and then I had that on vacay. I was just like, yo, I need to make some of this because this is a good combination. I was like, I see where you're taking it, Chris.
See, Shell, when you go to Jamaica, right? You can spike they drink with a honey pack.
And help Stella get her groove back.
That'd be a good trip for you.
Say less.
Should come home saying, should come home
Your
saying,
sugar
what's
daddy, you take that sugar daddy that honey pack. You better get his heart right. I tell you that. You gotta make sure you got a physical. You know, what I'm saying, make sure his shit together.
maybe she don't take it to a sugar. Maybe she go sugar baby.
And sugar baby might not need it, but
The sugar baby ain't gonna need it at all.
no, he might not need it, bro. That sugar daddy, bro, it might be his last nut if you don't get a physical before you take it.
Oh man.
It'll be open casket. They won't be able to close that bill.
Oh,
I see. Right?
that honey pack, that honey pack don't play, man.
That was hilarious, Trey.
That was hilarious.
That was a
Oh
good one.
God.
Open casket, but you can't close it. That's a great podcast. We about a podcast. What do you guys think about like updating like the Bible? Y'all don't think the Bible? I know like what religious people gonna say, oh, the word just lasts forever, and I get it, man. Somebody that
Is
has read that
so
book back to forth many of times. Do you think there's maybe Apple do they shit like? Like my computer just did today, like did an update. I gotta get you some new shit, fit the times and whatever's going on. I know the
Well, I'm
Bible
just
said
gonna
there's
say
nothing new
this.
under the sun, but what do you think, KB?
I feel like they went from Old Testament to New Testament. That was an update. Different stories, different
Right,
movements.
right.
So it's a different time now. I mean, I can hear it, but the question is, who makes these Bibles?
They say the version on the back of it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but who gonna make the updated Bibles? Where they gonna come from?
And shit, Donald Trump or somebody. That's all King James was a politician. What you mean?
You
I mean, yeah, yeah. I
right.
got motherfucking Chat GPT, nigga. I can say,
But
all
yeah,
right,
I
hey,
can,
yeah.
I
That
can,
Chat GPT, AI,
I
AI
can
writing
see
a good
them.
book.
I can see them upgrading because it's different. Your spiritual, and like different feedings for different needs. Like it's a different time, so some of them teaching is outdated.
But
Excuse me, it's outdated with the times today. Like shit different, bro. It's not
I
the
don't think you
same
got to
time.
change the teachings. I think what bro was talking about was just like updating like the verbiage, right? What you
No,
talking
no,
about?
some new teachings too.
It's
I
new
think, I
teachings,
think,
bro.
yeah.
Like I don't
Like
think.
the laws change, right? Like he was saying from Old Testament to New Testament, laws change, things change, because of the birth of Christ and a lot of other different things. But when it pertains to salvation and all that different stuff, like things change. I don't know who's in charge of it, and we trust King James to write honest things, you know. But there was an update and there was a change, like and I think it's different times. I think stealing is stealing, lying is lying. Like you still like
Right.
all the basics. I think can stay in, but I think there could be some additions. Like I don't want to ever take away from anything that's there. That's not my thing. I know the King
Yeah,
James is stuff was taken out of that, like the original Bible. I don't ever want to take away, but I think adding to is a thing. It should be a thing.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's new wise people. God don't stop making like marvelous
Prophets.
I
people,
think I think it
prophets,
I
and
think I
yeah.
think it should be something separate though, right? Like why does it have to be added to the Bible? Like why
It
can't it
don't
be
have. It
like
don't
its
have
own
to
separate
be. I
thing?
don't. I don't. I don't. What
I
you
think
saying?
what
So
good.
so instead of making the Bible so much thicker, just make a new book.
Right.
That's
Like a
what you
Bible
saying.
part
That's what
two.
I'm asking.
Yeah, just make something separate. Like why does it got to be like a part of like I think you got
Yeah,
to
King James updated version. Like that
That
shit.
sounds good.
but it ain't King James shit. Like if you
No,
update it,
but King James could update one. Like why King
oh
James can update
LeBron
one?
James.
No, man, he just got swept. I don't know if I want to be like just reading
Yeah.
his his
It,
his, his words for everlasting and peaceful life and eternity and whatnot. But now on a serious note,
it's
I think if I own I don't know like who's in charge of who owns King James because that it is a business at the end of the day. But
Right.
if I own something like that, like anything, I would think like schools do the same thing. Like education gets updated, think
Handbooks get
literature,
updated.
all that. Like I don't
right.
think there's nothing wrong with updating who writes it. I think it should come from one of these companies already writing Bibles.
Makes
I'm
sense.
torn on it. What say you, Shell?
I'm with you. I don't think there should be any additions to the Holy Bible. I believe we should keep it as one. And if you want to have addendums or further teachings and in scripture or whatever, you have that, but you have it separate from that body.
Yeah.
That sounds good too.
Thanks.
No, when you really read that book, man, some toxic stuff in it, but I don't want to get into it. I know it's a heavy
Yes.
subject, but there's some very toxic stuff in that
Every
book,
sinner
man.
is a saint. Every saint was a sinner.
Already.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It sounds like Ty Dolla Sign.
It's a bar.
Mm.
Put a beat
There go your
behind it.
bar. You got your bar.
Mustard on the beat, drop that joint, and it might go crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Y'all seen Kirk Franklin doggone twerking?
I did.
Man, Kirk Franklin addicted to porn. I don't know why y'all surprised about him
Me
shaking his
either.
ass or
Yeah.
getting him some ass, man. Man, told y'all he was addicted to porn. He couldn't stop jacking his dick.
Yeah. He definitely told us.
He told us that he was on Oprah and shit, crying, man. I was like, bro, just stop whacking it. Just let it go, Kirk. Stop that hard.
He's like, hey, boy, you got, they got a hold of me. I got a hold of
Oh
it.
boy, that was.
Yeah,
Oof.
another one that's gonna have an open casket. Open Casket is definitely the name of this show.
I was about to say the same shit. I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
You want a
Oh
revolution, boy.
man. Yeah, but I saw Kurt. I'm not surprised though. That's Kurt. That's been Kurt since he came out. Everybody in the church was against his music at one point. So
Yeah, man. They were acting like Kurt was a gangster or some shit, man. 'Cause
yeah,
he's having
bro.
fun in church.
That was
That
that.
goes along the same like I guess spectrum of traditional like music and like
Being
because
updated.
he faced a lot of backlash in the from the church.
Now
All the
look at
time.
them. They putting R&B and hip hop tracks to church music now, and it's just
No, that still get judged depending on
Yeah.
what tabernacle
see
you
what
walking
Yeah,
in.
you know what's
yeah, they
happening.
don't like that, boy.
Well, I come from a Pentecostal church, and I know they ain't with it. They call it the blues, but
Oh yeah, I'm from the Pentecostal church too, but I know the
but
vibes.
what's happening is
Kick your ass up out of there.
all the elders are either getting too old to I guess be elders in the church, and they're like they sitting down,
New
and
elders.
the new elders are younger now. You know what I'm saying? They like us and maybe a little younger, and the vibes a little different in there now, bro.
Let me
Church
pick up your
changing
elder
just like
badge. You gonna be an elder?
nah. I'm okay. I think my bro. I think my bro and my sister got that down locked.
You ain't gonna pass. You ain't gonna be real. You want to take the throne next?
I ain't gonna
You not watching
this
the throne,
this
boy?
this I'm not gonna say no to it, but I ain't gonna say yes to it. But I ain't gonna if my calling is to be in the pulpit, then hey,
Right.
that's what it is. That means
Right.
I'm here to teach some other group. I'm here to teach, so I'm doing what I do. But I'm not to try to find my way in there to be up there. I see
Right.
what my
Right.
daddy
Right. Right.
deal
Right.
with, boy. That's a lot, boy.
You can
Oh
do
no,
it.
that's a
Like
real gig, bro.
No,
Being a
that's
pastor is like God bless anybody in that leadership type of seat at a church.
yeah,
I know
bro.
how like emotional of a roller coaster that could be. Dealing with everybody's personal lives, man. You got to be somebody that's called. My dad's saying used to
That's what I
always be,
said.
some were called, some were sent, and some just went. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that's behind these pulpit that just went, and nobody called or sent
I
them to do
don't want to be that
Nathaniel.
guy.
Right.
Mm-mm. I don't want to be that guy. So if like I said, that's how I stand on it. I ain't if I'm called to do a calling, then I ain't gonna walk from it. But I ain't going to be the one that just went.
you can supply the peacock. You can be in charge of the fish fry.
Oh,
They
you gonna
definitely they
multiply the
de-
fish like that, like they
Multiply
did
the
in the
fish.
Bible?
they
Yeah,
definitely
Yeah.
have a lot of fish fry in the Pentecostal churches.
yeah. Church is a building fund.
You're exactly right.
Building still look raggedy, boy.
All right, man. We gonna just we've
I'm
been
not
deep
putting
dive
no
on black
instant. Yeah, I'm
churches,
not doing
man.
that, dog.
We've been do that to black churches right now, man.
You're out of control, Trey.
You just pulled up in a Hummer.
Hey, boy got red bottoms on.
What? But
And
some of
his
that's
robe is
these new
Gucci.
preachers, some of the old preachers too, man. I'm not gonna get into criticizing preachers. I'm not gonna do that on this show. Oh
But
man,
we can
we
talk
got
about it though. We can talk about it though.
we'll do
It's a
a different
conversation.
show. Yeah, it's a
All right,
conversation, but
I'm
I
here
don't want
for
to
it.
do
I
it.
done seen a lot
Trying
of
to be
that.
positive to my brothers, man. Don't bring up any negativity about cricket preachers.
Okay, they're
You
cool
know,
with me. Some of them be looking fresh in their Louis robes.
Yeah, you probably selling weed.
well, Louis don't make roads, so
Yo,
I ain't gonna. What happened?
pray on one, boy.
What he said? I ain't him.
He said you might supply people with herb, bro.
Who?
He didn't say people. He said the pastors.
Oh, shit, Pastor need weed too.
Yeah.
He said the man of the cloth be hitting you up for a little something, something.
And we just talked about them herbs earlier.
What would you
Represent
say
them
like
herbs.
real quick? Like you walk in like random, you out of town. Say you just in like Vegas, and you go in a random bar, you see your pastor in there drinking a drink. What would you think and say? How would you feel? Do you
I'll give him a
think
drink.
pastors,
I would
preachers,
just
like
laugh.
ministers, you don't
I
think they
would
should
just
drink?
laugh. They human.
Right.
I probably wouldn't care. I
I'll
probably
get him a
just
shot.
laugh
That's
too.
I buy the boy a shot, man.
He probably
That's
be. I probably walk up and tell him out of all the members, bro, you got God bless you with me to see you because I don't care.
And I got some weed, pastor.
right.
So
Yeah,
let's
you want to
I'd
roll
be
up?
like, I'd be like, let's do a boomerang.
do a
What-
boomerang.
I'm gonna tell him what
Cheers.
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, boomerang is
There you
hilarious.
go. There you go. I be like, I ain't gonna tag you, Pastor, or the church, but let's go ahead and do one.
boy,
Gotta be
boy,
that. Can't be the
go
first.
back to church with a brand new shout.
Now I'm finna extort pastor for that tithe. Now he got to pay me back.
Nah, I
No,
ain't
but
doing that.
Yeah,
serious.
That boy,
It was
you
a
ain't paying my building fund.
it was a story last week on IG and probably Twitter about what was it Diedrich had
Oh yeah.
Oh
um
yeah. His wife turking on him.
Mm.
yeah, at his birthday
Yeah.
party or whatnot. And I'm like, let them people live. That's his wife. At
that's his
least
wife.
he not getting caught up in wherever, at carnival with
Right.
somebody else's. Like,
Oh man.
that's his wife.
He is with his
Oh,
wife, man. If she's shaking that ass on him, shout out to Deidre Haddon and Miss Haddon.
oh
That's
yeah.
what life is about. My wife
God
can't
bless.
shake her ass on me, then I don't
Right.
want to be. I don't want to go to your church. You church
Right.
people gotta lighten up, man. That's why nobody want to go because y'all
There
uptight.
you
My wife
go.
can't even shake her ass on
Yeah.
me. And
Judging
not
and yeah,
judging. Like, get out of here, man.
call them church folk.
Yeah.
Can't,
You
Yeah.
know why they judging? They're like, damn, boy, she got a nice one, boy. I wish
Got it.
somebody can shake that on me. That's envy.
that ain't what the men is saying.
Oh.
I'm talking about the women too.
Ah, that
I
ain't
don't
what
see
I'm
no
saying.
problem with it though. They married and he at his party. Leave them
Right.
people alone.
Right.
So you mean tell me what you gonna get mad if you knew what they did behind them doors too, huh?
Right.
What? Wait. One question. This is a good one. What was she twerking to?
Oh God,
I think
I
it
don't
was
know.
music in the background, but you're gonna have to pull up the clip because I
Man,
can't
that's
remember.
church
Keys from
music.
heaven.
They definitely not
Vibe.
churching to. Yeah, they
It,
ain't got no Yolanda Adams singing in the
I know it
That's
background.
wasn't.
what I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
See,
That's
that's what I'm
probably
saying.
No.
People like real, like serious talk. Like if you go to church, people act like people that are super saved act like listening to music about love is a sin.
Yeah, nah,
Like
my dad ain't
I
like
can
that.
listen to other music, bro. Like what are we talking about? It ain't. It could be. It sounds lustful, but that's a part of life as well. But it's music. Vibe out, man.
Oh yeah.
You just want me to listen to John P. Key when I'm with my baby. You know what I'm saying? We vibing.
Right,
I got the sunroof back. We kicking it, cushion in the air. I'm
right.
sorry, not cushion in the air,
Yeah, this
but
is.
we
You
kicking it.
said it right. And it be the
Now,
ones who act
Bible
like
talking
they
Go
for
ahead
like
and
saved.
regular
tell it like
churches,
it
not
really
me,
is. Go
not
ahead and
me.
tell it like it really is.
No,
True story.
how I would really be, I wouldn't have no pastor, so I can I'll put myself in somebody else's vehicle in life. You feel me? Because I don't really I don't trust pastors like that.
It'd be the holier than our type than
I
our
got
type
trust
people.
issues, Chef.
Like bro, like you don't listen to Barry White, the doggone Al Green, everybody else. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't, what y'all didn't walk down the doggone Al listening to
Nah,
They
see, but
might
my
have
I
first
asked this
season.
question. I've asked this question before on my Facebook. Church people, when y'all get intimate, what do y'all listen to?
what
My
they
my
say.
my pop jumped in the bag of the Al Greens and the Teddy Pendergrass, like the love music. They're not listening to that old that corrupt music, all that. They listening to like I guess old school love music. I'm assuming, but
Say
he older,
pop
so that's his bag.
pops he listened to Kels or he canceled them. What did
Oh,
Trey say?
he definitely listened to Twelve Play.
I think Pop Kills is a little
Too young and
too much.
ratchet.
Yeah,
You
like
ain't listen to the Chocolate Factory?
I don't think
12
he
play was a
did the
lot.
kill. I mean, he probably know it. Don't get it wrong. My dad into music, so I
Oh, he
wouldn't be
definitely played 12
surprised.
play. Everybody playing that
Yeah,
shit, boy.
but I
Still
know
is.
I know that they get into. They don't
I
listen
miss
to
playing
like
12 play.
that wild stuff. You cancel them all the way. You cancel the music too.
I had to cancel. I ain't no canceling motherfucker, but I had to cancel Kels. Kels was
Yeah.
wilding, bro. I do
Pretty
not cancel
much. They
motherfucker,
didn't
but
give us no choice. He gave
Yeah.
us
Kels is
no choice.
different. Kels was
However,
generational.
however,
Mm-hmm.
if Alexa plays it or
First
whatnot,
gen.
you just let it roll, right?
No. I skipped that
Oh,
motherfucker.
Really?
I was taking my daughter to violin practice the other day. She put some I was like, yo, cause she play a lot of like theatrical stuff, right? Like, come on, baby, let's play some R&B. You gotta mix it up. You play your thing, then you put on something for daddy. She put on 12 play, dog. I was like, oh, gotta go, boo. I'm sorry.
What?
Skip.
No, we can't have that. But let me tell you
Hmm?
something. When ignition come on, it is so hard for me to learn it.
Mm. I was at a day party, man, just kicking it, and Fiesta came on. I was like, oh my God, this is a jingle. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think white people really cancel them either. If you go to the right shindig, they be in that bitch jamming the Kels, man.
Oh yeah. I went to a white karaoke with I was with one of the brothers who he's still trying to figure shit out. But we was at a white karaoke bar, and he put on "Remixed Ignition" was his karaoke song.
Yeah, he didn't read the room.
But it was a white karaoke bar. Everybody else was just getting lit. I was like, bro, I was like, I don't feel like.
Such a
Yeah, they
good
don't know.
song, but
I don't think the whites had to cancel. We had to
I
cancel.
don't, I don't, I don't think a lot of people cancel his music.
No, his
See
numbers are
again,
down on the apps, man.
Yeah, he wouldn't be where he
I
at.
think we're
Nobody
not
can.
canceling the fact that he was a dope artist and that he, actually had, has a lot of talent. But we had to I think most people canceled him to an extent in
Oh yeah,
some
he'll be
form
the
or
one that
fashion. Like
Chris Brown or Usher won't stand a chance with him in a versus.
what?
Okay.
No, not in real life. I don't think nobody
no,
could,
I don't
could
think
get in the
never.
verses in R&B with Kels like
Hell
that.
no.
Like R. Kelly was a machine, man. It's just what about what about his music that turns me off? Because now like some of the pedophilia stuff you start hearing you
You
hear it
hear
in
it?
some of the
Yep,
songs. So it
yeah.
ain't like
Yeah.
I'm not the dude like how people cancel and did Ike Turner. I look at Ike Turner totally different. He's a historian. He's the creator of rock and roll. When you look it up, you Google who created it, Ike Turner names don't come up, but the average person know him as a wife beater. And I don't
Right.
think that's fair. Like he got other people more than just one thing. He was a lot of things. And I think we as people should know everything about people, not one thing, one narrative about one person, because as we know, we're all people, we're not all one thing. We're complex. So, but I think when I turn Kale's music on, the shit that I hear back, I'm just like, nah, bro, that shit sound
Some of it's
crazy.
wild. No, you're right. He got
Yeah,
a couple of. It's like right there. Like, and then if you when I started thinking about it, like you just said, he got the started calling himself the Pod Piper. That's the dude
yeah,
with the
that's
kids that
insane.
follow him.
Right.
Yes,
So that shit
Right.
was like as it broke, like you say, you go back to hearing some of that shit, like you young, it seems like you ready. You know what I'm
like a
saying? Like
lot of that shit,
Make
that
bro.
you feel
Like
like
shit.
a yeah,
insane.
exactly. And
Yeah,
same with Ike for me, it's like yes, again, the talent and the legend, but also make you feel a type of way about the fact that he was like a horrible person, a horrible husband. And
that was, but
Yeah,
I don't think he was that same
rest in
person
peace
by
to
the
Tina
time he.
Turner while we
Yeah, rest in peace to Tina Turner. I don't think he was the same person by the time he died. We all should be given
some grace,
grace.
right?
We
But
all
we
should
can
be given
separate
grace
it. Is
for
what
to
I'm saying.
evolve.
We can
Yeah, we can
separate.
separate it for
We
sure.
separate, and that's how
Right.
that's how I do it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, they are what they are in
Yeah.
totality.
Correct.
But you're
Correct.
right. We have to separate that. Just the same thing with Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We grew up on
For sure.
seeing that positive, and then to see him just fall from grace with all this his stuff, it's just like you have to
he fell from
separate,
grace before
or
that
else
though
you're
for
gonna
me.
lose, huh?
So Bill fell from grace before that thing for me though.
Well, yeah, but yeah,
I disagree with a lot of Bill Cosby's takes, but I never like looked at him like he was a coon or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just thought he was out of touch. And a lot of our older legends, as we see
They
now,
are.
they be out of touch. So that's all. That's how I always saw Bill, because he said a lot of things about the way black people name themselves, and a lot of stuff about rap and the music that I just never agreed with. But a lot of this shit, I don't know if I necessarily believe everything I believe some of it with Bill, but when people get into that groove and everybody canceling you, I just watched a documentary that was similar to that. Like it's people mob mentality shit. Like people join the wave. So I think a lot of those people were just railroading Bill, but he guilted in the motherfucker. Like he damn sure was drugging people. People around him say that shit was happening. And I'm just not a like outside of the Cosby's. I don't know what that's how I consume Bill. That's the only way I consume Bill Cosby
yeah,
was through the Cosby's for the
right.
most part with me.
Yeah.
Right, because it wasn't like we were sitting up there watching his stand-ups or
Mm.
anything like that. We probably
The
seen it
stand-ups were
later on.
fire though, but it wasn't what.
But I didn't see those until I was like in my 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Same
So
here,
the
same
Yeah.
Cosby
here.
Show was, I mean, that was something I had to look up myself, is those stand-ups.
Right.
That wasn't something that was in the
And
household.
they were brilliant though. I'm gonna be honest with you. As somebody that loves comedy, I think Bill Cosby like stand-ups are fire.
Mhm.
But it's super
I gotta
clean
check
and
them
it's
out.
it's a lot of like wit and stories and stuff that you gotta follow. But yeah,
I
he's
heard
pretty
this on
funny, bro.
a different outlet I was listening to, and they was talking about our legends when they passed. should we even like bring up like some of the like you saying with Ike Turner, and then
Not if that
or
person changed.
like Joe Brown just passed as well. Then a lot of his allegations popped up as far as him being like a woman beater and whatnot. Um, and that got weighed on like should you just like not meant like not talk about it, or like does that tarnish his legacy? But I don't know. What do y'all take on that? Like, do y'all feel like it's worth mentioning, or do you like leave it alone because of does like I guess does the
My initial
positive
thoughts is
accolades outweigh
like
the negative stuff that he's done as well? Like uh,
you
Well, it
asking
happens
like,
every time. It happens every time. It happens to the greats. I don't even
yeah.
want to. I mean, it happened. It happened to Kobe. It happens to them all. You always gonna get an outlet that's going to do that. And I think we did a good job. We do a good job as Black culture sometimes to reel it on back, and we go in on somebody as soon as they start trying to be no, don't even do it. But I think it's like a human, just a human thing of everybody's going to pick a side. And a lot of times when anything tragic happens, they're going to hash up that person's low moment. It always happens with all these celebrities. And
That's a loser mindset, man. When these great people die, the first thing you try to do is to humanize them to make you feel better about your life is to talk about their failures that are public.
mm,
yeah,
And your failures are private. But as you can see from the greatest of names, like we know who Kobe was when he passed.
that's right.
We knew who Nipsey was when he
RIP.
passed. Like we knew what Joe Brown. Were you talking about Joe Brown? Like I love Joe Brown. I'm a big Joe Brown fan. Joe Brown's a fucking gangster, dog. Like he stood for real black shit.
mm-hmm,
Like he was a real activist out in these streets, moving around, dog. And there's so many coon ass athletes. There's so many athletes that have these platforms that don't give a fuck about our people. So
Yep.
like, I wasn't in his house. He may be guilty as fuck. He may have done something. I don't know. But from what I know of Jim Brown, why I keep saying Joe Brown? What I know of Jim Brown, he's a like, what are we talking about, bruh?
yeah,
I don't think nobody that ever played football stood on black shit better than Jim Brown. He's a fucking legend, dog.
yeah,
I mean,
And
I
that's
can
including
name.
Kaepernick.
yeah. No, that definitely supersedes
I
Kaepernick.
mean,
That's a different time.
I can
Uh,
name just go back in this all these last what couple 10 years of some celebrity passing and something negative, some their
Every
lowest
time.
moment coming out some kind of way in the comments or whatever on some type of report.
it almost equivalent to like even somebody who don't have a platform, and if somebody who is not famous, like if a black person get like wrongfully like killed in like anything, first thing they bring up is all the negative stuff that they done in their life, instead of bringing up like the facts of this
Of the,
person, right?
exactly,
It's also
exactly.
like to me it's almost equivalent.
Yeah, just like the cop killings and all the young black, men, even with Trayvon Martin and just any of those as well. They try to like these are kids. Like, what are you?
They
And
gotta connect. Like everybody connects to where everybody else is at, and everybody's like for the most part negative as shit,
right,
and so that's what people connect at. Like this world, it's more negative in this world than positive. It's not
yeah,
balanced out at all. You got to put in a lot of effort to be a positive person, to thinking it from that perspective. And I see it all the time. Like you said, when somebody died, bro, they just go
right.
straight to something. That's just a mindset.
Negative, right. Um,
That's just a mindset.
exactly. And but black, I think again we do a good job on social media. One of the things that I love about it is we'll reel that shit right on back and bring it back home a lot of times. But I think we'll probably get into it. But the 14-year-old kid that was shot when they did the press conference, um, and you could hear it coming from the reporters when they were asking those questions to the coroner and to the police chief or whoever that was up there. They were really trying to find out, like, did he have a gun? How far was that gun from him? Like, is it possible that he could have taken that water? Like all those questions come out because we trying to not we people are trying to grab for some type of reason to say that this man just didn't wouldn't be like, you know what, I'm gonna kill this today. I don't care. I might have got robbed all these times, but today I'm gonna get this kid. You know.
And she's talking about uh Carmack. I'm sorry, Cyrus Carmack-Belton, a 14-year-old kid killed in Columbia, South Carolina, by an Asian store owner who thought he was stealing the water out of a convenience store. I don't care if he was stealing Mercedes out of the car lot. Like, you don't kill nobody, a person, over any possessions, man. It's not even just own the store, do store ownership. But if I don't want to deep dive on, what's y'all opinion on that? Let's get into. I don't want to get too deep into my take. I got a lot of takes about this, man. But
Cold blooded.
this is
Cold blooded.
menace to society. Like all
Started them
like
watch riots.
right. I mean, we've seen this in movies. We've seen this over and over. Like history just keep replaying out. Like we keep seeing the same stories. Foreigners in our neighborhoods, they got stores they don't want us in. Like you come to a black neighborhood and then get offended that black people are in your store and you have attitudes and a funky energy about yourself. Bro, you came to our neighborhood to sell stuff. Anywho, sad situation, man. What do you guys' opinion on it?
What say you, Gio? I'll let you rock. What do you think?
Yeah, like that happened with the LA riots with I'm forgetting her name, but it was like a teenage girl who was shot by an Asian woman. And they ended up tearing up the streets of, you know what I'm saying, LA South Central for that.
Right.
It's like what Silk said. It's interesting, how do you come into a demographic or area, um, and then get offended when they patronize your store. And if you're not able to have the training or the compassion to um, be able to deal with somebody, then you shouldn't be in their space. You shouldn't think that I can come over into your area and transform it or take it over and move you out. You're gonna have to deal with the people that's there. So we got to be some learning, but I also feel like the foreigners are brainwashed to not like us, to
For
fear
sure.
us, target us. So that's another bigger thing. But yeah, man, it's a sad situation that people view us as the villain in almost every story.
No,
Yeah,
it's all propaganda and agenda based. It's all on purpose, man. But I ain't finna deep dive on that.
I think it's crazy, man. For a bottle of water, like you upped your fire and you ran up or whatever, however it went down, chased him and shot him. Just the fact that a bottle of water, like you talking like $1, $2 at the most here, type stuff. Like you killed a kid. Like I, I don't even if he was taking the bottle, like heading out the door, like, for you to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot him for this bottle," and then now, I want to know what's gonna happen with the Asian dude.
He's
Oh
in
no,
charge
he's
of murder.
already. They've already charged him. So I watched the
Oh,
whole
okay,
entire press release.
Yeah.
They
okay,
press conference. They have already charged him. They've done their investigation. He was like one of the quickest investigations because the boy, when they chased him down from the store and he had nothing from that store, and they chased him down through where he led him through some apartments. I think we was close to home or whatnot. They chased him down and they shot him in the back.
yeah, that's
That far.
So
You
crazy
did all that cardio for a bottle of
for a
water.
bottle of water.
and
And
it,
did
and there was no proof that he took anything. I want to say that they said something about he went to grab for the waters, or maybe had like four of them, and then he ended up putting them back. And then they got into an altercation because they were watching him as if he was, going to take them or whatnot. And then after the altercation, he leaves and
yeah.
It's
For
just
me, it's
this.
like the whole like I guess the vulture aspect of the whole scenario of the whole situation that we deal with culturally, in our communities, as far as like from outside cultures are coming in and being able to get those businesses and those loans and being able to like open up shop in our communities, whether it's a wig shop, whether it's a you selling clothes or whatever it is, and they treat you like you're not even from there when it's your community. Like you walk in, they look at you like you walking in to steal. Automatically, like you on guard, they following you around the stores. So I think it's that like then for you to gun this child down for a bottle of water that it's not even $1, bro. Like what's the value of a life? You know, like what's the value of a black life is is concerning in this country.
And
Um,
granted, I mean, it is documented in public record that that store had been robbed, you know, several times, or attempted robberies, altercations where people tried to rob them, and they um, had an altercation with the owners or the sons or whatever. So there were times, but it's just like we asked the cops to take every situation case by case when they stop a black person. Same thing with that guy. It could, you know, it may have happened 100 times in that store. You had options to shut it down, whatever. Like I
but you
say,
know why he ain't shut it down, Shell? Because
Because they're making
they're
money.
extorting the shit out of our community. They're getting so much money from.
Yeah, you're getting
so
money.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it
Oh,
just doesn't give you the right to just to do that. You gotta. He had no restraint at all. He just, I guess, he wasn't thinking for sure because he's lost everything at this point, and that family has lost everything at this point. So why, like you said, over bottled water, just stupid.
It's deeper than that
It's,
bottle of water. It's a lot of
well,
hate.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it is, but
here's like, and like, there's a time in our neighborhoods, and I'm not gonna say every store is like that, but if I'm a store owner, and I know my heart is probably bigger than the average person, like my care at my care level. But if there's some young boy and I'm thinking they're trying to steal water, like, think about what we talking
Mhm.
about here. We ain't talking about no bubble gum, no Snickers bar. We're talking about water.
Yeah.
So if I think a kid is trying to steal water, I'm damn near, hey bro, if you ain't got it, like, this is water.
Yeah.
But they're
Go.
not from our neighborhood, so the compassion ain't gonna be the same. They don't care about the kid from that level. But if it's a black owned store, I would like to think that if somebody black owned a store, they see a kid that's thirsty, needs some water, and trying to steal it, then they would give it to him. At worst, call their mama or something, right? Not murder him.
right.
I don't care how many times you've been robbed before, but pack your shit up and leave. If I get robbed by gunpoint, you know I'm shutting this shit down, bro. We out. Like, there's no amount of money. There's no gas you could buy, no bubble gum you could
Yeah.
buy, no chips,
Yeah.
lotto tickets, none of that to keep me when somebody keep up and following me and robbing me. I'm out of this neighborhood. So like, their
Facts.
value of money, the value of things and shit in our neighborhood is just a little off. And they come from third world countries, so they come from they get here and act like they new to poverty and shit, and like our neighborhoods just look crazy to them. Nah, motherfucker, I seen y'all shit on TV too. Like, y'all come from third world countries that look worse than our fucking neighborhoods. Don't come here and act like y'all better than us, man, because y'all done been indoctrinated,
Mm.
through media and everything else, like y'all better than us. None of y'all better than us. Come in our neighborhoods with some respect. It was a sister that broke this too, the coroner. I'd never seen a coroner speak before in investigations and all that, but shout out to sis, man.
Yeah,
She
he
had
went
some
through
good,
that whole thing.
yeah.
They did. I mean, they did their due diligence and got to it, and they covered a lot of all the bases that we usually have answers. All those questions, pressing questions when something like this happens.
Yeah,
It, they
handled very
they
well.
nipped it in the
Yeah,
bud.
yeah.
They did. They did a good. It was like a 13-minute interview. Speaking of which, reminded me of another uh situation or a follow up on something. So I guess maybe a day or two ago, there was I guess, a woman in New York, and she had like a green or neon color
Oh,
wig
her
that she was
wig.
like, the video
Yeah.
of the guy pulled the wig off her head. Well, you
Yeah.
guys know that this guy's company, he was a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and they found him quick fast. And his company put a statement out, and they said he is fired. They terminated him.
And
So
that's assault too. I would sue his ass, like, on some real shit. You snatching my wig off my head is assault.
Yeah.
She
like,
Straight
young
up.
as shit too, right?
I don't even know what the back we. I don't even know if we'll ever
He
get the
was walking
backstory
down
on.
she was walking. Apparently, they both were just walking down the street. He appears drunk in the video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could tell he's intoxicated, high, a bunch of stuff.
something on
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
he's off, and so they're walking down the street. He snatches her weave off, and she's
livid.
asking him, like,
Yeah,
why, like, what's going on? Why'd you take my wig off? And he didn't really have an answer for it.
yeah. She
It
pushed the
felt like a
camera right
hate
in his
crime too.
face.
I would go
Yeah.
for the whole shit, hate crime, all of that type of shit.
Yeah, it was just totally like just uncalled for. And yeah, and you could even see that the people that were with him was like, yo, just apologize to her. And he's like, mm-mm, not
Nah,
doing it.
they ain't
Yeah.
check him hard enough.
They,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
know,
they did plead with him. I don't know you watched the whole video, but they did was like, dude, yo, like just
If I'm with one of
apologize to
these,
her. Like,
if I'm with one of these boys and they snatch somebody weave off their head, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
You might not get back in the car with us, dog. I don't know. You might sleep
Walk
at this night,
home, man.
bro. What you got? What you got going on, fam?
Yeah, you're
You
right.
embarrassing to say. All like it's a reflection of everybody in this
Yeah.
group right now, bro.
I think he probably thought he was never gonna get caught. He's probably one of them
Yeah.
elitist type people. Like, I got so much status and so much money, I can just walk this earth and do whatever the hell I want to do.
I'm sure it happens. It happens all the time. Girls' wigs
It
be
keep
getting pulled off all the time. Let's just don't act like this is like. I'm just saying he did it. She put his ass on camera, and then you lost your job, bro. Whatever
Yeah,
you
she
want
was
to talk
saying
about
though,
that,
like
bro.
she was saying she had her wig like super attached, so it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
like a
then that
regular
means
like.
she's injured, baby. Because I'm telling you,
Yeah,
even if it's your, it reminded me of my sister. We were dancing a couple of hours ago. We was
oh,
all like
y'all twerking.
twerking and watching videos
Y'all
that we hadn't
ballroom
seen in
dancing.
a while. Wait a minute. And so my
Little Ice
sister had
Spice.
like, look, my sister had like bent over when she was twerking,
I
and
ain't
we could
ballroom.
see the back braids of her wig
Yeah, we
coming
need to get
down.
that video on here.
Look, and the wig was hanging on by the lace. And I said all that to say that if I would have went over there and just jerked the rest of that and said, give me that goddamn wig, I would have hurt her.
Yeah, that glue.
So yeah, that glue be gluing, okay?
Like
So
some gorilla glue.
don't mess with our hair, as Solange said. Let
Man,
us be.
you saying
You
that she
don't
ain't got
know
no
what's going
edges
on with
right
this
now.
crown.
Her
Mm-hmm.
edge is gone.
Hey, what y'all listening to when y'all twerking like that?
Straight out, huh? We were listening to old videos, so we had started off with Monica. Then
Y'all
we had
talking to
looked at
Monica.
Who
That's
the
a
fuck
good
twerks to
wholesome R&B
Monica?
song.
huh?
I just want to know, how do you
I got
twerk
two
to Monica?
Monicas.
No. We started with Monica. Then we went to like
Oh, okay.
went to Future. Then it went
Okay.
to
That's
Okay.
a wild
shoot.
turn.
We did some back that
I
thing
heard
up.
Mr. Yui.
We did some
Okay.
juvenile and some Lil Boosie and Whitney.
Yeah,
No in
that's your
between.
We
age
No.
really
demographic
just
right
was
there.
mixed, huh?
That's your age demographic. That.
That's what. But we
Where were
were.
you
For
at the
the
first time you heard back that ass up,
2000.
Michelle?
I don't know. I think I was in like high school.
Yeah, what you was saying? What was your like initial reaction when you
Oh
heard back
yeah,
that
that was
ass up?
lit. We had to listen to that song
I'm
every time
telling
we
you,
got together. If it came on the radio,
Boom,
if we
boom,
was
it's a
at a
Negro
party,
spiritual.
boom,
Oh yeah.
boom,
oh no, we was
boom,
asking
boom,
DJs to play that all
boom,
the
boom.
time. But
That's
no,
what
so
that's what the
we
new church gonna have playing.
yeah, y'all knew new stuff that y'all coming up. Y'all different volume 15s up in there,
Dun, dun.
volume 2020s.
Yeah,
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 no.
yeah,
So we were
yeah,
just on YouTube and we were
Building
just
fund need to
listening
be
to the
paid
song.
for the 9 and 2 9.
yeah.
Since you're working with some cash, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. We were just like I said, we was on YouTube. When I got there, we poured a couple of drinks. My cousin was gonna be flying out, and I hadn't got a chance to see her because I was in DC this weekend. So I said, "Oh, I'll pop by real quick on my way home from work." And yeah, we had a
Y'all
good time,
y'all
and that's
twerking
where I got
public?
those gummies from. My cousin had gave me those gummies.
Oh, shout out to Cuz got the gummies.
I told her she had like a little dispensary situation
Oh,
in
it's
Kansas City. So she hooked us up with some gummies and she was
she got a
giving them out like,
dispensary.
huh?
She got a dispensary.
She doesn't have one. She just goes to one
Oh, okay.
out where she lives.
She already
So
my peoples, man.
so
She a good
she hooked us up with some gummies and
fish
gave us
family.
all some gummies before she hit the airport. So we had a good time. We always have a good time. We link up.
Quick question: do you guys twerk in public, or is it just like at your age?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you still get
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
you haven't retired the
We
jersey
were
yet, huh?
twerking this weekend when we were at in DC. I mean, all day. We were twerking at a brunch spot.
You do it in heels, or you take them off? Like where you be at with
Both.
it?
start in heels and then
Can't be Beyonce.
whatever it transitions to. I mean, we twerk when the food come.
Oh
If
my!
if
What the
if
fuck?
you
What
walking
the
by,
fuck we
if you
doing,
walking
dog?
by,
This is a
if
fun conversation. What do you mean?
if we
What?
just sitting beside each other or one person get up or a song come on, we might just. I mean, we had twerking
Bow, bow,
sandwiches. We
bow.
just enjoy twerking.
Oh
I
yeah,
like it. It's good
it's a
cardio.
sport.
Hey, what's wrong
Yeah.
with that? I
Twerk.
mean, me and my friends, we love to. I mean,
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
people
one time
don't.
we was twerk. Wait. One time, one of my homegirls, we had went. They took me to for my going away thing. We went to a couple of wineries, and
Mhm.
they had got they rented like a little mini bus or whatever for us, and we went from winery. By the time we got to like the third or fourth winery, it was lit, and they had some people playing like uh the guitar or whatnot, but they were playing like R&B songs and stuff like that. And one of my homegirls got on the picnic table and started twerking because he was
Oh,
playing like
nice.
the
Right on
acoustic
top of the
Beyonce.
charcuterie.
Huh?
On top of the charcuterie.
No, on top of a picnic stand, picnic table. It was a good time. Yeah,
Well, so
we just twerk everywhere.
nice.
I rock
Like,
with it.
It's a good time.
People don't really like Shell. You from a different era. We from an era where motherfuckers still danced at parties. Now people just stare and look at each other and look at their phones and shit.
Oh
Like
no.
nobody really
Yeah,
parties together.
exactly.
That's why I don't go out like that, man.
No, a time is had. If we going outside, we
Mm-hmm.
gonna have us a good time. Okay.
oh yeah.
With it, you got a whole Grammy dress.
Don't even call me if we not gonna be there for
If
a
you're
good
not
time.
gonna twerk,
We ain't gonna be there for a long time, but we're gonna be there for a good time.
mm,
Mm.
that's a nice little motto,
You gotta,
company motto.
be like, you gotta go out with your flock and be with your people. Because if you go out, motherfuckers, they ain't about that twerking life, Shell, and you out there twerking, they gonna be judging the shit out of you. Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
here she
I
go,
don't care.
shaking her ass.
We gonna be so right that we don't care about those little haters that's
Yeah, I'm
sitting
saying,
around wishing that they could be part of the crew.
first quarter. All right, we got to talk about Travis Rudolph,
We
561
into it.
brethren, uh, facing a murder charge right now.
Mm-hmm.
It went viral this week. I've been following this. It's been like the world's picking up on it, but it's not a new story. This happened a couple years ago now. But now, court cases and all that was backed up from the pandemic. Everything's playing out in court right now. But it's been just a turn of events. Um, I couldn't have imagined like the people that's involved in it, the conversations that I'm hearing when they're in the cross examinations and the testimonies and whatnot. Like, I don't see a way where Trav gets, where they convict him. It may happen because I've seen some wild shit happen in court cases, but from what I'm seeing, the young lady and Trav, they get into an altercation, an argument at Trav's house. It's all on the door cam that you got. We tried to get the visuals on here, but we couldn't get it to work on here pre-show. So if you watch it on YouTube, we do not have the visuals. You have to look it up. But Trav and the young lady got into an altercation at the door. She punches him. His brothers come outside. They're breaking things up. She leaves, texts her brother, and that Trav is a dead man walking. He put his hands on me, shoot his shit up. Later deleted those texts out of her phone. Of course, the police found everything and got the full story and the conversation of the text. But long story short, those guys go over there. They knock on his door. A fight start. Trav run upstairs, comes back out with the AR-15 as these guys are driving off. He airs it out. Shot off, I think like 68 rounds or something crazy. I think like 38 hit the car. But now he's fighting for his freedom.
Fuck around and find out.
Keep in
Oh,
mind, here's the kicker,
twerk
right?
around.
Keep in mind the chick who did all of this, right?
Was married.
She was married. They got into that altercation because she found something in his phone, right? So she called her boyfriend cheating, but she married. And then kick this, right? Like, you call your brother up and say, hey,
And he jumped.
yeah, and he jumps up out of his seat to go get pistols and shit. But yo, hey, my boyfriend put his hands on me. And clearly they know that's her boyfriend. They know Trav. This is like, they know each other. These people know each other. They went to his house. They pulled up, knock on the door. His brother come out. Altercation happened. But in my mind, like, my sister called me about some shit like that. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, ain't you married? Like, what the hell going on? I'm not going to buy the house about no shit like that.
No, that wouldn't be your response.
Yes, exactly what would be my response.
If she said some dudes was putting hands on her.
I done
Is
been
she
in that
married?
predicament.
On her.
If she married,
regardless, that's your response gonna be like, go home, your husband.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it starts with principles. You wouldn't be in that position. You stand on principles. Why are you in that spot?
A little bit.
Yeah, like have some integrity. You fucking up our last name. That's what you're doing. You out here looking crazy. So first of all, go home to your husband. I'm not going over there and getting into with this.
Yeah, and handle that way.
What you say, Gio?
I was saying if it's that bad as Shell is saying, like he done put his hands on her, then you got to sit there and you call the authorities and make him deal with consequences. You know what I'm saying? But like Sip saying, you already in a different spot because you got a dude. And if you wouldn't have checked his phone, then you would have never seen that he was doing out whatever he was doing. Or if you would have never stepped out, you would have never been in that situation.
I think like
I'm supposed to have some downtime. But you call me, I'm chilling, talking about go to fight somebody. Hey man, listen, can I do it like next week or some shit? Like right now, I'm smoking and watching the game, baby. Like,
oh yeah, them niggas hopped up in the doggone Prius like they used to that shit. Like
they were ready, and she knew it too. She knew that they was the type to be about it.
Crash dummies is what they call them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were. They were crash dummies.
They didn't think old boy was gonna be ready.
How you explain that conversation to your husband? That you know what I'm saying? You got to go to one of your people's funeral because you called them to jump on your side, nigga.
She probably has a husband, but they probably separated. You know how people be living toxic, bro. So motherfuckers be married but separated, but it's still a big mess, right? And that'll be my message to my sister. I had a cousin that hit me up, right? And she said, "Hey, Corey, come get me." I almost said his name. Dude put his hands on me, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I go over there. When I pull up, dude come out the house. And I know he know like reputation I had. He was expecting like me to put my hands on him. So he's like starting to explain himself and talk. And I was just like, bro, I'm here just to give her a ride. That's it. I don't want to get into who's right, who's wrong, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how that shit go with relationships. Y'all gonna fight, I come beat y'all ass, and I beat your ass, and y'all back together next week, and both of y'all hate me and shit. I'm not getting in the middle of that. What I could do for her, if she feel like she's in danger, I could get her, I just want her to leave with me. That's all I'm here for, bro. That's it. And she looking at me crazy like I'm supposed to come over there and beat somebody's ass. No, I'm not finna beat nobody's ass. That's not what's about to happen. Because if I get shot over some shit you got going on, like I got kids and everything else to be here for, man. I ain't playing around with people's relationships. But I told her the same thing. Like the shit that they was beefing about and they was fighting about was some real shit. I was just like, yo, regardless of what's going on, just give you some principles. Like you wilding out. If you had a nigga in this man's shit, like you wilding out. Like that type of shit, you gotta hold people to principles. It ain't just about like I'm gonna go jump off and be on some crash dummy shit and jump into the middle of y'all beefing y'all problems because he put hands on you. Now I'm the hero. Nah, man, like I just can't do it. So them dudes is way out of bounds. There's no way they got a daddy at home. There's no way no daddy involved in none of that shit, man.
Yeah, it's just too much toxicity to like kind of like even listening to like her doing the cross examination, like she had like seemed like she didn't want to take no accountability of her fault in that whole situation of like she didn't want to say, look, like at what point you like, yo, I was wrong. Like,
There's no remorse, bro. She set all that shit up.
And this is her people that died.
I mean, but to take accountability would implicate her. Would be.
Oh, that's coming. I think she's gonna get charged. Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah,
I think she ends up because everything's set up. And shout out to his attorney. I think his attorney's doing a good job of the question he's asking. sorry, the questions she's asking are character like questions, like they're bringing up the marriage stuff, like they're painting a picture
Oh
of
yeah,
like the like, and then her attitude, her
her
toxic
motives. Yeah,
responses, being combative, all that shit's coming out, and that shit is painting a narrative and it's
yeah.
painting a picture. And I think it's gonna all play out like those texts. You telling them to go over there and kill him, to shoot his shit up. They came over there with guns. Like the cops found guns in the car. It's gonna be hard for the attitude, the energy, the character. He's a Florida State grad. He played at Florida State. Kid never been in no trouble. Like went to Cardinal Newman High School. He sat at lunch, was on CBS and ESPN special, was sitting with cancer kids at lunch every day at some high school in Tallahassee. Like this kid was a model person until this incident. So I think his lawyer's doing a good job of painting the picture, but that whole situation is just sad. Like you said, Trey, like she got somebody murdered and there's no remorse. It's an evil woman, bruh.
But do you really think, like, when you say shoot that shit up, like, that doesn't necessarily mean shoot him.
Oh
Well,
no.
somebody, you shooting somebody's shit up. What
That
you think
mean
I'm
Well,
like
doing, Chef?
come
Like,
over here, tear some shit up. I'm not taking sides at all. I'm
yeah.
just saying,
I'm
like,
from South Florida. When you say shoot some
that's
shit
just
up,
like telling
the
your brother and
order.
them to fuck him up and ruffle him up real bad, but don't kill
no,
him.
we don't play like that in South Florida, Chef.
As you can tell, we don't play like that at all, man. Trav went up there and got that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Trav, bro. You gotta be
What you think?
smarter
What you
than
think
that,
gonna
man.
happen? I mean, you think he gonna get on a self defense? Get a self
Yeah, I
defense?
think I think it's a clear self defense. These
They
the text. Here's the thing, right? He got to be proven without a reasonable doubt. There's a lot of doubt there. There's a lot of reasonable doubt from the character of these people. They came with guns. They knocked on my door. They at my doorstep. Like all that's insane. The neighbor, when he testified, he said he went up there and got his shit and came back downstairs. He said,
Mm.
"Yeah, I went and got my gun and came back downstairs." I thought that was a good job by his lawyer as well. That creates more character and more storyline, of that night and the intensity that was going on when the fight was going on outside. He said he went upstairs and got his gun as well. So I think there's a lot of angles of this. His lawyer's doing it. I think self defense is going to be at worst. I think he get manslaughter, but I don't. There's no way they're going to hit him with a murder charge. We talking Travis Rudolph. Welcome back, Bizzle. How you doing, man? You good?
I don't know, man. I think I'm kind of lagging.
You are.
No, you straight?
Yeah. You got the Obama internet.
He lagging a little bit.
Who me?
Mm-hmm. You back? Let's see.
No, you might be lagging, Chef, because
Oh really?
yeah, he good on my book.
I feel like I'm lagging, but nah.
Oh, you talking about Bizzle?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you lagging.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mm. Sad case all the way around. Black men shooting each other.
Yeah, that's
Stupid,
always.
senseless bullshit.
You think about it, just like how rash decisions. It's all about like I always talk about like our communication, but like how you go from like whatever you had going on that evening, you cut all that off to go fight, and eventually like gunshots and shit go off. Like there's no rational thinking. That's why I say I would be like, yo, next week can I go by there? Like, give me some time to think about this shit. Like, I'm not just gonna jump out like and just move that hastily to go risk my life. And then when you dead
Yeah,
and gone, like these motherfuckers just move on, man. And somebody's child's dead, somebody's brother, sister, whoever, husband, whatever it may be, somebody's family member is dead over what? A line, like she was lying the entire time about everything that she started the fight in the video on the porch. She put her hands on him. There's no video of him putting his hands on her. She created a narrative, and these dudes
yeah.
just went with it. He went and got his friends. They all jump in the car to go with guns and shit to go fight this dude about a lie. I'm definitely lagging.
No, you good. I think
I hear
Bizzle
like an
definitely still
echo.
down there lagging, but no, you good. I think we still trying to just digest the whole conversation, but there's a lot to like interpret as far as the legal side of everything, but um like What like what do y'all think that many shots fired sufficed? Like
Man,
Justified.
was justified given the fact that they was driving away? Um,
I mean, they did come for his life.
Yeah, he can do active work.
yeah. I mean, but did he know that?
did you know what?
What did she say? Oh, that's why my people on the way, kind of thing. And
Yeah, she
then,
probably.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she
I don't
probably. Knowing
know,
her, she probably did. Yeah.
which means that it would have been somewhat premeditated, right? If he already had knowledge of them coming.
Yeah, that's pretty much the narrative his lawyer painted with when he was questioning her. Like, she set it all up. She texted all of them. They got in a group chat with the other guys. She deleted text after all these texts. She deleted after everything happened as well. So that creates a narrative as well. Like everything anything she may have said on that stand that was true. By the time she got off, and I don't think the jury will believe anything, any of that shit, because it's her whole shit was rooted around deception and lies. It was just too many lies.
Well, I was referring to Travis too. Like, did she like talk shit and was like, "Yo, my, whatever, my people on their way"? Did he have any prior knowledge of somebody being on the way? Because, and that's to Trey's point of
Right.
the excessive shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew who was coming for you, and
Yeah.
you gave them what they got.
But I
Uh,
don't have no remorse for like the shots, anything like that. You come to my house, like that's somebody's home. That's where that's their safety shit, man. Like he's the man of his house.
Reasonable
His
expectation.
mom, they got children there and shit. Like, bro, you come in here over what? Over some bullshit? Like, you came and disrupt my peace over some bullshit. Like, and I don't know how, like, because it's two spins to this story. We're in Palm Beach, so I know some people connected to it. Like, there's some people saying that he was getting his ass beat in the front yard, and that's why he went and ran upstairs and got the gun, and that those dudes didn't really pull guns on him like that. So there is a side where people are saying that shit. That's the other narrative. Um, you just at somebody's house, and I don't think you should be pulling up at nobody crib at any given point in time, man. You out of bounds. Once that type of shit happen, like how people feel about their families, everything's off. All the rules are off. But that is the other side of that story. Some people saying that the gun wasn't necessary for two different reasons. That those guys had guns, but they didn't pull them. That's a narrative. And also, the car was retreating. They was driving away when he shot that many rounds. But
yeah, I think like the
And if
biggest thing
he's
is like
messing, go ahead, Trey.
no, I was gonna say I think the biggest thing like when does accountability come into play? Like when you text me that as your brother, I'm like, yo, when do you say, hey, look, like this is what you have at jeopardy. Like you have a family, I have a family. This is what we got going on. Like why, like you know, let it go. Let's go ahead and like y'all ain't saying eye to eye. Shit, all right, well this ain't what obviously it ain't supposed to be. So let's go ahead and just focus on
it's too
what you got at
rational.
home.
And you
Like
can't
when
tell me that that's the first time they ain't seen eye to eye on something. That's whole situation sound messy as hell.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
he already knew who he was messing around with anyway.
What was he doing with her, bro? I keep looking at this chick like, Trav, what you got going on, man?
Oh, don't do that.
No, for real though. Like her attitude, like not just on like the entire person. I ain't talking about the way she look or anything like that. Her energy, even like on the video camera, like that energy exudes out of her, just negative shit. I'm just like, bro, how do you get with some shit like that, bro?
That's what most men like. That firecracker, dramified, toxic ass
No, I
shit.
think I think
Mhm.
y'all may think that, but
I
men don't
said
want
a
that shit.
lot. I said a lot. You see it all over the socials. You see it all the time, all day. You see all these toxic ass couples
I don't want no firecracker. I want
doing this. This ain't no surprise.
I need peace.
yeah. I need to be able to go home, lay my head at night without
Soothing energy.
you fishing through my phone trying to find some shit that ain't there and slap me across the head with a frying pan or some shit. Like I need
And
some peace.
will. Some hot grits.
Yeah, you just need, adult communication, man.
Yeah.
Well,
It's hard to find motherfuckers that know how to communicate.
Is.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, it's a skill set.
It is. You got to work on it. Real deal. That shit is a skill. It is a skill.
Take about 70 decades to get it.
Now, if it's intentful, you can master some things, man. You know how to treat it. You just gotta. It takes work. But shout out to that. I don't want to get too deep into that. This shit's sad, man. It's sad that the kid died over some
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. Like your life's way more valuable than going to fight for some chick that's beefing with a boyfriend. Like value your life, my dude. Anybody that listening to this, value your fucking life. Don't throw your shit out the window for some random broad that got some baby daddy drama going on, some boyfriend drama going on. Handle your own shit. Call the police. Motherfucker, don't call me. The hell I'm gonna do? Besides go to jail. There's no justice I could bring to you without going to jail.
Yeah, yeah, and the same thing. Like if the scenario flip, like ladies and men don't, just be don't throw your life away away over some bullshit, bro. Like just in general, like so much to live for. To like, and we was just talking about this with the China man. Like, what's the value of life, dog? Like you're just gonna just go and
Mm.
shoot up this man's house. You don't know who's in that house. Like you say, go shoot his shit up. Like you don't know like what innocent people in that neighborhood you can shoot up. Like what does that mean? What does that entail? Go shoot his
Right.
shit up. Like anybody could be like he could. You don't know who he taking care of that's in that house. That you children or nephews, nieces. Like I don't know. A lot of it could have been a lot worse. What if you'd have went there and shot up all them people in the house? And then Trav went out and shot up everybody in the car. It could have been 10 times worse. So uh, you just gotta value life more than just your emotions and whatever hell is going on in your head.
Ego, man.
Mm-mm.
There's a whole lot of ego going on. Anywho, we have to move on
Mm-hmm.
further along in this show.
Oh yeah.
Uh, what do you guys think, man? We talked about the Ross and DJ Envy situation. Now I told y'all it's not just gonna, it's still not. I still don't think it's over. But right now, Gunplay has came out. He played. They had a conversation. Let's talk about this part of it first. So Gunplay and DJ Envy had a conversation. Gunplay recorded the conversation. I'm gonna play the conversation in a minute. But what do you guys think about that part of it?
I'm not mad at him playing the conversation or recording conversation. Um, well, I think because he was seeking an apology, right? That was his whole thing of recording the conversation because he wanted the apology for his wife because he put all their business out there on Front Street.
He said he asked for a public apology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it never he I think in his mind that like he knew a part of him that they never was gonna make it public. So he recorded for his own just because he felt like he may be played in that whole situation. They may just tell him whatever they got to tell him to get off him off the phone
I
and
think
move
that's
on.
sloppy, man. I think it's messy on Gunplay's part.
Yeah.
That part of it, I think it's messy. You got to get that. Like if he says he's gonna give you a public apology, you got to give him the room to do that. And he hadn't been on air yet to do that.
Yeah,
Like
I
that part of
agree.
it, I don't even like him recording the conversation like that. Like, and then Envy saying that it's not the entire conversation, that they got into some real shit that was like a 10-minute long conversation about just real shit. That
Mm.
he clipped all that out. But I think he could have just handled that shit a little bit better, in my opinion, with that portion of it with Gunplay. I don't like that he recorded the conversation. Um,
Yeah, I don't know like the details of everything, but I'm not mad at like I thought like what DJ Envy did. I thought it was kind of like snitch activity as far as like bringing everything out and then putting the laws involved with it. But I was gonna say is like when because I tell my daughter like if you're gonna be in a meeting with a teacher or anybody, record it. Like I give her that authorization. Like you never know what people are gonna say or how people are gonna use or manipulate conversations and whatnot. I think he felt like he was in a spot where he was trying to he felt like they could manipulate the situation, and I think I don't want to speak for him, but he probably felt like he wanted to record it for his protection. But like you said, like if DJ Envy felt like it was a 10-minute conversation, why not put it all out? Then so be it. But I
Here's my
still think
thing.
it would be we still would be here though, even if he put the whole conversation out.
No,
I
no,
don't
here's my
think you.
thing. You got to give them room to apologize. Like even if you recorded this shit and say like for just in case he don't do it, but you never even gave him the opportunity to even do that. You just played it. It was a clout move. He recorded it to do exactly what he did with it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I don't think for no security. I think he did that shit to embarrass Envy, to make him look like I'm gonna say I'm gonna slap you. He talked about smack. He like Envy, you know I smack you. He kept saying that. It was to embarrass Envy.
Yeah.
And
Only reason why I had
somebody
questions
got us
about
echoing. I don't know who it is.
yeah, I hear it too. I think I was saying the only reason I had questions about I guess the clout scenario part of it because it was a time where Envy was off, where he was supposed to, the public apology thing was supposed to be put out, but he took the day off type deal. And they take days off all the time, but they still can record on the side if they wanted stuff added to the show.
And nigga gotta go back to work. He can't call. How much PTO he got? Eventually, the bitch gotta go back. So
But
he just
he
gotta
took
get a room.
no, but I'm saying like I don't know when they had the conversation. The conversation was had with them two, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
the next show that they put out, it was and fans was call in and show like, "Hey, is DJ Envy gonna talk about this? DJ Envy gonna talk about it?" And they're like, "Nah, he's off." And I know, and Charlamagne was trying to cover it and saying, "I know what you guys think that it's because of the Rick Ross thing, but he'll be back later to talk about that." But I've seen in previous shows where like if they know they're gonna be out and there's something that's important that needs to be on the show, they can like he could say his piece for that show, clip it up, and send it to the network. Like, all right, go ahead and put that out. If he really wanted to put out whatever his apology is, my thing is like, I think like it was just I don't know if it was. You never know. It's a lot of charades when it comes to the whatever the hell they got going on with media and like just planting a narrative and getting stuff out. So I don't know if he felt like he was being played, so he felt like he needed to record it. And I don't know if
If
DJ
he felt
even
like he being played, he still could just communicate. All this is like he talking about
yeah,
communication, right? So if you feel like you're being played, same way you got these brothers on the phone, get them back on the phone call again, just
yeah.
communicate that. Hey, when do you plan on dropping this apology, bro? Like I'm looking out for that. Simple communication. We all men.
Yeah, if he don't record it, what if you like, yo, fuck your apology, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you
That's
can
when
have
you
the
drop
recording.
the
If you don't,
recording.
yeah, that's
Then
when you drop it. But you got to be able to
Yeah,
communicate all the way through it. We got to be men. Like I was just
yeah.
saying, like we got to know how to talk to each other. And I thought they
But
did a good job. And
originally
that,
we were saying that we're not a fan of him recording it at all.
I'm not a
no,
fan of him
I'm not.
recording it neither. Don't
Yeah,
record me while we talking, bro. Especially on the personal convo.
yeah,
I don't care what you. If I say I'm gonna do something, like I'm with Silk, give me your time to do it.
Yeah, we just communicate through it. I ain't scared to talk, my brother. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm
Or
not
any
with the.
man or any person.
I'm I'm
Like
not with the like Trey when you said your daughter records this. I think that's a different situation. Like that's cool. You teachers talking and that. But when you two grown men, y'all having a conversation and like it's supposed to be like between y'all. You know, it's just y'all three on the phone. Y'all talking to try to resolve something. I think that conversation should have stayed amongst those three then. And if he doesn't feed in with what you say, then you double back on him, holler at him. Then you know what I'm saying. But as far as
yeah.
just
I
like
can speak
recording,
to like I can relate to what you're saying because that's our world. But I'm not in like I think different experiences cause different. Like I spoke to like different people who were in different levels, and they're like, I feel like I need to go in to and record this because this person is gonna talk to me any kind of way in this situation, and then I'm not gonna get in. We're not gonna get to where the end result
but
need to be.
that sound
Um,
like I feel like business and like
right. I understand it in businesses.
certain
Still,
things
you
like
can't
that
use the shit in
maybe
court, so it don't hold
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Like there's no weight to it. It's actually illegal
That's why
to
I feel
do.
like I can feel you can
yeah, that's
record
what
those type
Ember
of
was saying.
things, but like far as like a personal conversation like this, I don't think you record this. I don't. Me personally, I don't think you can. But like
Yeah, me
other
personally,
situations, like you,
I'm not a fan of. I don't I wouldn't record anything, but I was just trying to like play devil's advocate and see both sides or all scenarios of the situation.
No, it's a good conversation. But let's get to the full shit. So all of this started because he spoke about Gunplay's GoFundMe that he made for his kid had a heart issue.
Well, his
So DJ
wife,
Envy, his wife
he
made
said, yes, his wife made it. He said she
correct.
jumped the gun. She made it immediately after getting the news from the doctor or the surgeon or whoever, whatever the situation was.
Right.
So when he made the GoFundMe, Envy takes it into his, I guess, amongst himself to joke about it.
Yeah, he made a comment about if like pretty much saying if you got all this money, why your friends and your people your rappers on your label starting GoFundMe's for like he didn't say all this, but
That's what he was
pretty
saying.
much he was insinuating.
Yeah.
Um, which is out of bounds in the motherfucker. Like I like on some real shit. I wouldn't have even shout out to Gunplay for having the conversation, and even recording it. I'd have wanted to put hands and feet on this man, bro. Like I
Yeah.
ain't got shit to do with none of that, dog. Like why you bringing me and my child into y'all car show battles, bro?
And that's what he said on the call. I think, and initially, I think I don't know. I don't want to think for him, but we all kind of know his character and like how he usually react to stuff is him pulling up and doing something violent. Um, I don't know if initially like that's how he felt about like hearing his family business portrayed like that on a national media type deal.
He was embarrassed, and he felt
Yeah.
like he had to embarrass Envy back. That's
Right,
what
right.
that's
Yeah.
that's what it was about,
Yeah,
bro. They wasn't trying to resolve and get no peace.
yeah.
He got on that call with some get back. Yo, this man talked crazy about my family. I know his old lady was in his ear. You let him talk crazy about
Get
uh
his lick back.
he's trying
Yeah.
to get his lick back. But it came off a little cheesy and corny to me, man. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was unnecessary.
Yeah, we just had the same conversation about the Travis Rudolph and him and the sister calling and making them. I don't know. I guess it's similar in a sense, but not.
It's all communication.
Uh,
Communication run the world, man.
huh.
Envy's going down like a dark path though with all this shit, man. Like Envy's
Man,
had a bad month. Like it ain't even just the car show shit, the real estate shit. He got a
man,
lot going on, man.
What you say, Glow?
I was saying he got bad publicity because now he's saying that the district attorney done called him and told him that it's a felony offense to record him and use that type shit. So now he being quote unquote police on Gunplay after he just got done talking about Ross being police.
Yeah, he broke
He's
down
scared of
like
gunplay. Nah, he just scared of gunplay. He real
Nigga
deal scared
named
of gunplay.
Gunplay.
That's yeah. He real deal scared of gunplay. That's
His
really
name
what
is
that is about.
Gunplay.
Yeah.
I don't even brought that
You
man's name
say
up
his
in
name
there.
5 times in the mirror, shit like Candyman, man. This nigga,
Right. Yeah.
man, named himself Gunplay.
Yeah. Like he real deal. That's what that's about. Let me go get the law because I know he'll pull up. He know it.
He kept telling Envy, you got the clip ready, Trey?
Mm-mm.
Damn, I grab it.
You know I
People
slap
got
you,
it.
Envy.
Bro, he kept saying that, man. Like, Envy, you gotta address that, man. Envy said, well, I guess we'll be fighting.
You know you
Envy
ain't gonna
don't want
fight
to
no
fight.
Gunplay.
Well, Charlemagne had told him when he was giving his little speech, like, "Hey, you going too far. You going too far now."
Solomon don't want no smoke.
Yeah. He noticed like when people run up on you outside and hit you.
Nah, he know he like when Birdman ran up on him in the studio that day, like shit starting to get real. It's consequences to what you say sometimes. Like, and it's a fine line between like good content and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta toe that line. Here, I got the audio real quick from Gunplay and
Keep the kids out of it.
gotta keep the kids out of it. Here we go.
He brought some random kids into it.
Gunplay. Yo, Envy on the phone. Yo, Envy. Play, what up, bro? What's up, man? How's everything with you? I'm blessed beyond belief, man. Everything is good, man. Why you talking crazy, man? Talk crazy about me, my brother. What I had to do with anything, man, and my wife posting a GoFundMe, man. What that my baby was sick, man. She had a heart defect, my brother. Why has nothing to do with cars? You know I'll slap the shit out you, boy. I wasn't talking about your baby. Nah, you was. Envy, I'll slap the Envy, for real. Envy, for real. You know I'll slap the shit out of you, right? For that. You know that, right? We ain't doing all that. No. I want to be clear. Here. You know I would slap the shit out of you about that, right? And then we can fight, but that's not the reason I'm saying that. See, nah, it ain't gonna be a fight. It ain't gonna be a fight. Nah, it ain't gonna be a fight. Envy, it ain't gonna be a fight, dog. If I wanted to disrespect, I wasn't trying. But you did. Why'd you bring me into that? I wasn't talking about. Why did you bring me into that, Envy? And so I'll be wrong. If I'll be wrong to handle my business then, right? But what's your business? I'm having a conversation with you. If you feel like
Gunplay, what you mean, what's his business?
man, I'm like, nah, whatever. And if you feel I did, I apologize. That wasn't my intention. Well, I need a public apology because that my wife, man, my wife is affected by that. My brother, we sat in that hospital for 28 days, homie. That shit was some real shit. That shit had nothing. It ain't even about the money. You know what I'm saying? My wife is in panic mode. My wife put that up, and this is what it is. And that's how she felt. She was in panic mode. I told her to chill, but it's cool. We did a GoFundMe. That ain't nothing, my brother. So don't bring my child into this, my nigga. Because then we gonna be having bad blood, dog. And if you felt that way, I apologize. That's what I was trying to do. And I fuck with you. So that's what I'm saying. Right? That's I apologize. Thank you, my brother. Cleared up my will because I have no problem.
See, after that conversation, and then it says like 10 more minutes of like just, but it felt like, dude apologized several times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said he'll make it right. I thought like Gunplay should just give him some room to do that type of shit, but that wasn't his angle. His angle was to get some get back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was
trying to
salty about that shit.
He want nothing.
He's human. You know what I'm saying? I just think like we get to look at it. If I was in that seat, I probably want some get back too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I'm gonna want to make peace.
That's a touchy situation. You in the hospital. I ain't know it was that long. You in the hospital 28 days. I don't know, how severe.
Man, don't talk about my kids, bro. I don't want to hear no peace.
Like,
Talk about my
especially if they ain't had nothing
kids.
to do with it. Y'all talking about a car show?
Shit.
You know what's crazy? Envy put it out, but it also the wife came out and was like, Ross paid for everything anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he said that on the same episode that started all this shit. Gunplay came on at the end of that episode and thanked Ross for like taking care, because everybody was giving Ross a lot of love. If you watch that episode on Drink Champs,
he already took care of it.
Right. So they had already had this conversation before all this happened, right? But before Envy said all that, Gunplay had already said that Ross took care of everything that was be taken care of with his child and all that. They was just giving him love at the end of that episode. So for all of it to play out like this, for Envy to go on, you could tell he didn't watch that whole episode himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He would have knew that information and wouldn't be blurting out just random shit like that. And now you just like, because it ain't shitting on Ross, because Ross actually did pay for the shit. So now the only person you offended was the people's them and their kids. So the person you was trying to shoot at, you ain't even hit.
He was trying to be funny, like just a
epic fail.
Yeah, just like throw a shot and be funny, but it was.
This shit ain't over with.
Their
50 Cent
timing
gonna get into this shit in a second.
didn't age well.
No, 50 Cent gonna get it in 1 second. Sit tight.
Oh yeah, there's more.
Nice.
They already don't start.
Continue.
One time.
He gonna get that slap too.
They already done jump Gunplay one time, man.
They did.
50 Cent gonna open his mouth real soon. Pause. All right, what we got next? We out of here?
We got calls. I don't know if y'all want to
play the calls. Calls we out.
Kick it off with How many calls really be kicking my ass? I gotta figure this out.
And do
every time.
Boy, Remy, back with another voicemail. I want to go ahead and, I'm seeing right now, Silk on the timeline, talk about the topic. So I said, let me go ahead and call in with my opinion, be a part of the show a little bit. But it's a topic of the teacher and taking the girl phone and whatnot. So, but my opinion is teachers shouldn't take kids stuff, especially something I paid for. But I feel like, sensible people like ourselves, I know y'all.
Ain't that about a bitch? Somebody called me in the middle of the voicemail.
Who called in the voice in our Instagram chat? That was you, Trey.
It's all linked to the same phone.
Yeah, this is piss poor production, my brother.
My bad.
I deleted.
Oh, that was you, KB?
KB, you called me?
I hit it on accident. I picked up my phone and it just hit.
Another voicemail. I want to go ahead and, I'm seeing right now, Silk on the timeline, talk about the topic. So I said, let me go ahead and call in with my opinion, be a part of the show a little bit. But it's a topic of the teacher and taking the girl phone and whatnot. So, but my opinion is teachers shouldn't take kids stuff, especially something I paid for. But I feel like, sensible people like ourselves, I know y'all, enough that, teach our kids to, there's certain rules you follow. So when you come to that point where the teacher would want to take your phone, you know what I'm saying? The phone is, I bought the phone for you for whatever reason I bought it for. When you're in school, it's definitely for emergency reasons. But, you're in a situation in class, whatever, the teacher like, hey, no phones out during this time or whatever the case may be, you just follow rules. But if you do decide to break the rules, and the teacher, all right, you catch them or whatever like that, like you don't take their phone. It's other methods you can, I'm sure you can back up with either sending them to the principal or writing them up, whatever the case may be. But taking their stuff, nah. But in that situation, I definitely wouldn't advise my daughter to pepper spray. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to switch schools or whatever. I gotta drive across town or whatever the case may be. But
I just bought a boat pack.
All in all, I feel like my kids will be smart enough. They know how I get down that. Hey, the rules are rules. You follow the rules. You wouldn't find yourself in that situation. Now I'm up here going off at the teacher. They take their phone. So y'all be easy. I'll let you.
Already. Gotta start with accountability. I said, hold your child accountable for their shit first. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, like you said, follow the rules. I'm with you on that take. I agree with you. I don't want to regurgitate your whole shit, Remy. Shout out to my guy, Remy, man. That's my dude.
Yeah. I'm with you too, Remy. And I know my child, so I know if she sprayed you for a reason.
That's crazy. My daughter does I gotta get her. She lost a pepper spray. I gotta get her a new one.
Hey, train her right. I just know it gotta be some extreme measures. She done pulled that thing out and sprayed you. You done put your hands on her. You done did something you ain't had no business doing.
You out of line.
Yeah.
Only time people use mace is when motherfuckers is out of line. If I was just walking around just macing people for no reason, like you never heard no shit like that. Nobody doing drive-by masons and shit, man. Like if somebody makes a motherfucker, that means somebody's out of line. Goddamn, calm your ass the fuck down. Like your ass is out of pocket.
Boy, Amazon got the 2 for $40 right now. Boy, go ahead get you them puppies in bulk, man.
When Charleston White used it, what was it? Niggas was out of line when Charleston White sprayed Soldier Boy down with that shit.
Yes, sir.
I stand by it, man. Get rid of pistols, give everybody mace.
Hey, that's it. Hey, everybody around you better know how to pull out their phone and record it. Record everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? They put and I from a parent that I'm speaking like that shit, it works, man. It don't help me in a lot of situations where like a teacher done did some shit what they ain't supposed to be doing, and that phone they pulled it out like bam.
Right.
I know Shell like I ain't feeling it, boy.
Share where you at with it as a teacher.
I ain't feeling it because last week
You ever
some of my
squared up with a
students
kid?
was mad. They was mad at me
You ever squared up
because,
with one?
and I don't even want to go down this road, but anyway, too far. But the kids got a couple of kids got mad at me last week of school
You a phone snatcher?
because they took no, I
Shell
ain't
about to
snatched
get
no
sprayed.
phone. I didn't snatch no phone, but I did. I almost wrote up one a recording my class because I was snapping on them.
You a slammer?
I was snapping on them about them taking accountability because some of my students had took some things out of my office that they didn't have no business taking.
All
And
right.
I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna handle it lowest level. Y'all just bring some back for me.
Damn, you about to
And
get bitched about your shit.
they
Yeah.
brought some they took the little the drinks for the party for the last day party. So I
See
was
where
like,
I'm
you know
coming
what,
from.
they're kids. So I was gonna handle it. But
Yeah, I'm
then
coming from a different angle, Shell. Like I'm coming from like I know I raised my child right, like from the to a T. Like I know like she ain't finna steal nobody. She ain't finna lie, cheat, steal. She ain't finna do nothing harmful. She can go in that classroom and she gonna learn and she gonna make her grades and get up out of there.
okay.
But if she spray you, uh, you don't did some out of line. Like and I'm not
If she
no
spray me, I'ma accidentally fall on her ass.
yeah, you can
You
get through that
squared, you
bell
ever
spray, but
squared
you
up
can
with a
get through
kid
that
yet,
line.
Shell? If
We
one of
gonna
these
be
jits,
if
and
we
one of
gonna
these
be
jits size you up yet?
listen, we gonna be tussling on that floor together, cause baby, don't you spray me with
But
no
you can
damn
get through
man.
the jail, mate, bad mates I got.
Or else I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna pull mine out and we going toe for toe. It's gonna be a mace tussle.
Boy, I
Uh,
guarantee you about to lose that boy.
no, I don't know. I try to, you know what I'm
Well, you
saying?
better,
Like there was kids in my class that always had their phone up, and I was like, put your phone up, put your phone up, or I'm gonna take it. And if I seen them, I never like try to take it. But one of them, one of the kids, he always had his phone out, and I put my hand up, and I was like, let me get that phone. And he was like, no. And I was like, well, put it up. And he was like, no. And I went like forward to him and I seen him get ready to jump up and I moved back and I was like, just get out.
Yeah, jit
And
about
I told
boom
him,
your ass.
I wasn't playing. I was not playing. I'm because I know myself. So it's best for me not
he
to
about,
like get in their
he about to
face.
Goldberg.
Man, these just don't play by these phone, boy.
Nah, they ain't playing
uh,
Look,
about them
he
phones.
was he was gonna jump in my shit. So I just told him to get out and uh-uh. And see, I know some of these kids' mental situations and the medicines
Yeah,
they
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hell to the
All
Oh
that,
no. I
shit.
told him to get
all
out,
that.
and then I just had him. They took his phone up at the front office and gave him a couple days suspension because it was just constant.
In
what you
this
say? You
generation
believe
of
the kid's
jits, they be
phone, bro?
giving women two pieces and shit. They'll
Yep.
box a whole chick these days, boy.
No,
They ain't got no
it's
honor.
just best not to take it. Just kick them out because you
Yeah,
ain't got time for that. You ain't got time
Right,
for them
right.
grabbing
Yeah,
back
kick
at
my
you,
kid out.
scratching you,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kick my
But
kid out your class. Don't take her shit, man. I pay a lot of money for that damn phone bill.
I'm telling you.
And she got it for a reason, man. I don't need nobody to take it from. I know where she at. When y'all figure out how to stop school shootings and sex in school with teachers and kids and shit like that, then y'all can take her phone type shit. But y'all got a lot of shit to figure out. I need to
well,
be. I'm gonna protect her.
See,
Well,
And the
like
most
Trey
important thing
said,
she
you
got on
teach
her
them
is
at
that phone,
home.
for
Like
sure.
Trey said, you teach them at home, and
God
then we
damn,
won't have
echo.
these type of incidents because when because you will respect an adult when they say, "Hey, put the phone up," and put the phone up.
see,
I
Shell,
always
this is
give them
my
one
this
or
is
two
my shit,
chances.
Shell. This is my issue, right? Most of these schools you go into, they block all your signals with your phones. Like you don't even have a reception. Them kids don't like most of these schools I go to. Like there's no reception.
No,
They're
they
not
don't
even
even have
able
good
to use
reception.
their phones a lot of times.
Mm-mm.
So that's that. If that's their only protection, like that's a child. Like if a child's in there and they're being like, you don't know what you paint whatever picture you want to paint, but like I don't know, man. It's
It
just
ain't your
like for me.
shit. Y'all, this is not jail. Y'all can't control every little thing. You know what I'm saying? They talk about school, the prison pipeline, all that type of shit.
Yeah.
I don't like control. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be taking things and all that type of shit. It gets a little weird, bro.
It's a flip
I'm
side
protected
to
about my
it.
babies
I got 20 kids in my classroom and 15
for
of them got
sure.
cell phones out. I cannot manage my class
That's
with
true.
15
They
kids
need to put them
holding their
motherfuckers
cell
away.
phones in their hands like this. I
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
can't.
get on the ass. You got the bitch out now. If y'all call and say Raven had that shit and it's disturbing the class, I'm gonna get on her ass
But
because that ain't what
it's
it's
a
for.
huge disruption, guys. We had to change our policy on cell phones in the middle of the school year because it just got so bad. Kids walking in the hallway with phones, kids in the classroom won't put the phones up. It gets really bad.
But it can be bad for the child and the teacher, right? Shell is my thing is right. Like you look at all these school shootings, and you block all these signals, and like if I'm in if I'm in your class and I pull out a weapon, you
It's
can't even
visible.
call 911.
No, I understand from their perspective. That's the only reason why my daughter got a cell phone last year in fifth grade. Before then, she wasn't. It didn't like bother her not to have a cell phone in fifth grade. And then one day they had like a bomb threat at their school, and it took me and her dad about 5 hours to get to her. And me and him stood outside that school, and we did not know what was going on trying to get to our child. And that very same day after he got picked her up, and we got back home, he picked her up, he left, he went and got a cell phone that day and brought it back over there that night. Over here that night. So I
Yes, sir.
understand where you're coming from with it. I don't. The kids ask me all the time, "Hey, can I use my phone to call this person? Can I call my mom right quick? Can I text this thing that you wrote on the board about the event?" I don't mind it. Just be respectful with it. This whole texting, playing music, and doing all that stuff you ain't supposed to be doing with it. That's when I'm gonna be like, put that in your book bag.
Man, God
Now,
bless y'all, bro. Ain't no way I be in there with 20 damn kids.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a job for somebody. It ain't me.
and I'm a part-time teacher, so think about it. Doing that all day, like going back and forth with these kids about these phones all day, it is exhausting.
But you get the best TikTok videos.
That's
Well,
true.
I had to shut my TikTok down. That's another story for another podcast. But they tried to hit me up with my TikTok.
Oh, they saw you twerking.
Worst.
y'all can't have a like teachers can't have their own little TikTok shit going
You
on.
can have a media, but I forgot that I had my daughter had she went to a dance studio, and
This
so
got
she
us
did a stripper
echoing.
class for her birthday. And it was just like a dancing class, but it was a pole dancing class. It wasn't a
Magic City.
stripper. I'm sorry. It wasn't a stripper class. It was they was
I'm
dressed
at
like
Magic City
strippers.
right now.
They were dressed like strippers, but it was a pole dancing class.
Oh, nice.
And I had made a little TikTok or whatever to it. And I mean, I had on shorts and like a sweater or
Yeah,
whatever.
you was out of
And
pocket.
a part
Oh,
of it,
yeah, yeah.
and
P Valley.
no lie, they
You gave him the Mercedes experience.
this administrator like screenshot at the part where my leg was wrapped around the pole
Do it.
and turn me in.
A student did that?
No, an administrator.
Another hater? Okay. Yeah.
So I had to get that situation together, but yeah, I'm still on contract, so that's all I'll say about that. But
So if you like, I still would have I would have had some beef with that because I'm just like, all right, this is what I do on my spare time, motherfucker.
Oh.
Like I got a personal life. If
still,
you going to snoop and find my personal business and like what the hell we got going on here?
words was had, and as I stated, words was had, faces was red, and
These are white
but
people.
Yeah.
the top person in the situation was
It was
like,
heated.
shut it
On the
down.
Caucasus Mountain.
The top
Is
person in the situation, the top leader in the situation was like, shut it down. I know you have a personal life, not trying to come at you like that, but it was brought to my attention, so I had to nip it in the bud. And we talked about it. But words was said. You know, I had all kinds of attitude up in there because I was like, for one, I caught you looking and lurking, and I shut you down. And when I shut you down, that's when you had already pre-recorded.
Oh, that's
So they shut you down.
Okay.
So that means you screen recorded my stuff
So you
because
know
when I
who did
shut
it
you
and
down,
all, huh?
you still had the footage. and I
You
was
know, they
able to,
didn't
and I had
DM.
receipts. I had receipts.
Yeah, he
So,
couldn't handle rejection. That's what that was.
huh?
That he couldn't handle
No,
rejection.
it wasn't a man. That's what I'm trying to tell
Nah,
you.
men don't do shit like that.
It
No,
was
that was not a
good.
man. And I'm
You
like,
see this type of
why are
toxic
you
shit,
looking and
man.
working on my
Well,
stuff?
y'all who be leading the league of that toxic shit, man.
Even though
Like,
I know, let me
dudes
just
do
back
no
up.
toxic shit like that,
As
man. That's
a
weird.
I know as a person that teaches kids
That's
and
weird,
instructor
bro.
or anything in that position of leadership that you have to watch your P's and Q's and stuff. I just don't be on TikTok like that. So it didn't register to me to lock it down. When I seen it, I was like, God dog it, forgot about that. Didn't even think about
Donald
it.
Trump told us all we need to lock it down.
So anyway, that's why my stuff right now locked down. But I'm not gonna be teaching here in a minute. So I'm finishing up the last part of my contract and stuff. So I'll open my stuff back up. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely on me because I didn't pay attention and it was like I forgot about it. But the way she went about it was dirty. And the fact of how she had been acting towards me, the ways that she had been towards me, had acted towards me before then, let me know that she was kind of coming for me, and so she got her golden
You gotta
opportunity.
believe them. You gotta believe the intuition early. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what
I
I'm saying?
did,
Yeah.
but I didn't think of that angle. She got me on that one. So
Right.
anyway, it's crazy because everything changed at that point. She started speaking. Her whole demeanor changed, but trust me, she felt the heat in the room when she brought that stuff out.
The
Some
heat.
hater shit.
No,
We got another call?
I wasn't angry. I just, you know.
Yeah, you can't be angry. You just gotta be aware.
Them
Again.
nonverbals was nonverbaling, okay?
Already.
Give it a winky wink. Go ahead and play the next call.
My name is Ashley, and I am calling from Dallas, Texas. All right, so the topic today is bad energy. All right, I am kind of a empath, so I can feel things, and I'm also with Scorpio. A lot of times people be like, oh my God, Scorpios are bipolar, but the truth is we just feel deeply.
That ain't no fucking action.
I want y'all to tap in, let me know, like, have y'all ever just walked in a room or walked in a particular place and you can just feel that a particular person, doesn't like you, they don't vibe with you, and you can just feel their energy, or you got people that are super nice to you, but your spirit tells you like, no, you need to run. My question is, do you guys trust your intuition, or do you guys use your logical mind in these situations? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm very in tune with myself, so I definitely listen to my intuition. You know what I'm saying? And I keep my Palo Santo sticks, man. Yeah, I walk into rooms. We talked about this earlier. I walk into rooms, like if you're in tune, you know what I'm saying, and you really vibrating at a high level, you will feel that shit when you walk in certain rooms. Like, hey man, something off of this motherfucker. And I definitely either try to change something. I gotta get out of it. I don't like being around negative. Sometimes you gotta be like in certain situations. So but I keep Palo Santos, random stuff around me, and I get my mind, I meditate just standing there, sitting there sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and get into my space of where I need to be mentally. But yeah, that's the thing for sure, sis. You gotta listen to your intuition. Don't go crazy, right? Just being aware. Your intuition should make you aware of the situation, not make you react to anything. Like you ain't gotta get all rash and be like, hey, motherfucker, I see you over there. You acting kind of weird. You ain't gotta do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just to make you aware. Like, hey, that's a thing. Pay attention to that, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I agree.
What y'all got? You muted, KB, if you're trying to talk.
Oh yeah, KB had his echoing. My bad. I had muted
Silk
you, bro.
did that shit.
Yeah, you had his echoing, bro. I had to.
I'm still echoing.
Oh, you good?
You sound great.
Oh, I'm with you, Silk. Gotta trust your intuition. I don't think your intuition, like you say, is to just jump out the window, but you do need to be put on game. Like put your head on a swivel and pay attention a little more to that. Now, if it's just at a level where it's just out of control, then you exit yourself. Just do it politely and
Right.
tastefully. Just get out of there. That's my take. But yeah,
You don't have to accept it.
That's facts.
Yeah, I'm definitely like in tune like a motherfucker when it comes to. Go ahead and mute yourself again, Kate, because I hear myself echoing. But I'm definitely in tune with my intuition, and I think my thing is too, like when you really in tune with yourself and what you got going on, and you know like this shit's off, and you like can peep it, and then you kind of point it out. Not you shouldn't point it out in such a way like that's what I'm learning now. Like don't just like be um don't just like if I notice it, just kind of like keep it to myself and then move accordingly. Type shit is where I'm on right now. Like like sometimes people ain't aware. Like when you call it out, they're not ready to be receptive to what you got to say of like how the energy is wrong or how the energy is off. And like you can have like a good heart on like you trying to fix it. Like hey, look, like like this is off and this is how it's off, and like I'm just calling it out, and because I want to fix it.
Being accountable.
Everybody ain't ready to receive it though, and
Being
that's
accountable.
when
You
like
care
shit
about
comes
the
off
energy
weird.
yeah, you being accountable, you care about the energy in the room, you care about people, and it's weird. So like you want to I tweeted this today. People will jump through hoops to avoid accountability in conversations and shit, right? And they
Right.
don't know how obvious they be because they be so caught up in their shit. But like people don't be want to have the conversations. You know what I'm saying? That shit throws the energy off, and that's what exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. And so now I got to the point where now like all right, well, I'm gonna protect myself, my heart, my time, because I know now, like these days, like people will take advantage and just like fuck you over at a shit of a dime and just treat it like it's disposable and just move on. And then you will just be stuck there like, yo, look, I was just trying to like help, like, and now I'm there like trying to pick up the pieces of like everything of like all the value I placed in whatever friendship we had. Like you get to these situations where you like if you in like super in tune, like I don't even want to come across as being like that. Like I wake up every morning and I put in that time to myself and like my energy and like what I put out into this world. And when some shit just off and I try to like relate that to whoever, like bro, like hey, you, you gotta look at shit from this perspective, or you gotta change X, Y, Z. They look at you like you a fucking hater, or you like y'all don't know, like dog. It just comes off as like now I'm to the point where I'm like, all right,
Motherfuckers don't want to communicate.
just 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 protect like my own energy and my own like whatever I got. Like everybody is not receptive to whatever you got to give, and you got to be understanding of that, and you got to also be understanding that like it ain't timing. It ain't maybe it ain't on everybody's time to be able to receive whatever you message you got to give or whatever
When it
the hell you
pertains
got.
to what you're saying, bro, I'm just where I'm at with like that type. I want to give everybody else like the floor to talk about the energy, but what you're saying with like relationships, where I'm at, man, I want to be like in tune to the level where like I could not run into that many relationships like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I can spot people ahead of time. You feel me? Like you could see how like invested like that, and that's how like when you go through shit like that, let's say you got to challenge yourself to communicate better, to pick up things better. Communication ain't just talking either. It's also reading the room, seeing people, body language, all of that. All that's communication. So when I miss something in communication and my efforts in like a relationships, I try to see how I could better how I could better see and communicate better from my end. You know what I'm saying? Because people out here just walking through the dark. Fuck that. I want to be able to see everything clear. So I always try to look back. So now with people, whether it's business relationships or like friendships that I'm building these days, like I want to be able to spot that early. You know what I'm saying? Not on no weird shit, but just be very in tune, very aware of where I'm at. 'Cause sometimes we paint people and we put situations and we see people how we want it to be, but it's not actually how it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just like to see everything actually how it is. And I never, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got a big heart, you know what I'm saying? I'm a visionary as well. So those things I got to keep in front of my mind that I'm a visionary person, even if the relationship isn't that great now, I can have the vision of it being great, and I may put in more effort than the other person because I'm just naturally a visionary. Like that level of learning how like you really operate in communication to save you from a lot of shit. All this is just natural shit, bro. Like life shit, but you got to be able to learn from the lessons. If not, we keep doing the same shit. And all these are the lessons. People think like lessons got to be run your car off the road or some wild like accident. No, man. Like everyday life interactions and communication, it's lessons to be learned and how we can communicate better like every day. And that's the shit I be on.
Yeah, I don't want to go on
No,
and
we
on.
talking, bro.
Yeah,
I just
I'm right there
we're the
with
same
you.
level. We're the same space because we have these talks all the time. But I'm just talking about like how we can operate better. It's never other people because we talking about. I always like to control the situation, so we keep talking about like how other people are. Like that's how other people gonna be. We gotta navigate better. You know what I'm saying? That's not only you're gonna do that is vibrating higher. If you're not gonna like vibrate to their level, I'm not gonna be on no I'm gonna match your energy shit. Nah, I don't never want to match nobody energy below me. I want to keep vibrating high. So I want to keep vibrating high and then move around you weird motherfuckers how I need to, and I need to know how to communicate and do that. Like that type of shit. I ain't disagreeing with you. I'm just like telling
Yeah,
you a perspective we could look at it from. Is what I would say.
yeah. I think I was going along the lines where sometimes like it depends on whatever field you in. Sometimes you can't like avoid uh, when you saying that some situations you can't avoid. Like you have to work with people, you have to be around people, and sometimes you just gotta be able to like deal with certain instances, right? And what I've learned through my experiences is one, just never make a never make a decision while under the influence of emotion. Like that's one thing you just got to be cognizant of. And a lot of times, like when you when things don't go your way, you tend to look for outside answers. And I don't know, like if that's not Ashley, that's really who's on the line, but I don't know, like if she's like looking for outside answers on dealing with whatever she's dealing with. But you got to be rational, and you also got to like look at yourself on. You got to look on the inside on a lot of things as well, and figure out how like how I made the situation, or like or like
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes you can bring the bad energy in that motherfucker.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, get some bad energy here. Yeah, motherfucker, you brought it in. I was just playing.
no, that's a thing though. That's
Yeah.
all self-awareness though. Like you could be the bad
You gotta
energy.
check yourself. Yeah.
Everybody ain't ready to check themselves on a lot of shit though. Everybody ain't ready to be like, hey, I was wrong on it. I was off. And sometimes we go into this ego thing and thinking that we always right, or I peaked out the energy. Sometimes you may. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that
yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like you could have done like yeah, the energy could be bad, but it could be bad because of things you have done already. So that's why the energy bad when you enter the room because you got bad relations
right.
with a bunch of people. Then of course the energy goes sour if you walk into a room full of motherfuckers that probably don't like you.
Or
You know,
just
like
walking with a bad aura.
Right. So it's a combination of
yeah, no,
things.
you gotta like that's what we were just saying, like self-reflect first. That's my thing. Like whoever the caller is, you say it was really. You gotta
My
look
bad,
at you
really. I
gotta
ain't
look.
mean to
I can't
expose you.
believe just put her out like that. I mean, she
Wow,
ain't
she
want
don't.
nobody to know.
Yeah, it'll buff out.
Yeah. She don't really care about it like that, man.
Yeah, I know.
She that white boy say nigga, man. She ain't
Yeah,
tripping.
goddamn auntie.
She had crabs on on a plane.
Oh yeah, she brought crabs on the plane. You think she worried about what we talking about right
She ain't worrying about
Somebody
none of
said
this
she
shit,
was.
man. What do you think about energies and walking into the room? This is your bag,
now?
Low.
I was gonna shout out Ashley or whatever you want to go by,
It's Ashley.
for being a empath and a Scorpio type shit.
Oh, that's your
I
bad.
fucks with it. But yeah, man, like Trey said, if you're in a situation where um, you have to make it work, just raise your vibration type shit. Try to change the atmosphere around you. If you can't, like KB said, then you got to skedaddle. Nothing else to it, because yourself matters more. So you got to be self-preservation, and what I'm saying, look out for self type shit. So
All right, fuck that, Glow. Let me give you some real shit, man. So, Glow, Glow, you walk into the house, you come home from a, long day of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've been out there doing what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Bringing home the bacon is what they call it in America, right? You bring home the bacon, you walk through the house, and you know what I'm saying. You feel like the energy is a little off, man. It's you and your lady and shit, but you
right,
feel like the energy's off a little bit.
I'll step to her and tell her.
How you stepping to it, Glow?
Um, if our relationship is right, I'm gonna shoot that shit from the hip. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell her straight up, like, yo, vibe
Let that
off.
miss, nigga.
How we gonna fix it? Um, if that don't work, then depending upon how she
Hey,
plays,
He missed like a motherfucker, didn't
your
Oh
vibe
God.
off. How we gonna fix it?
I know how we're gonna
he?
fix it.
Nigga shot on the hip and missed.
We're gonna fix it right here.
Yo,
I tell you what, if the right answer
Pull out
ain't
that
yo,
mace.
face,
yo, no, man, I'm weak, bro. Hold on, man.
How you gonna change it?
Oh man.
by changing you, hell, we're gonna have somebody else on the spot. That's what we gonna do. We gonna keep.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm crying, bro. How we gonna fix it?
That nigga
Oh,
missed like a
shit.
motherfucker, boy.
He might not have missed. That might be the shot for him.
The boy said, hey man. Say it again. What'd you say?
Yo, vibe off, man. How we gonna fix it? I'm at least being inclusive, because I'm saying we. I ain't just putting the burden on you. I'm saying what
Nigga say all the wrong shit.
Oh God, bro.
You saying we, but you mean you.
No,
Her.
I'm gonna be there to help you, because I understand that, what I'm saying, it might have been something that I did.
Man, you tell a black woman some shit like that, she finna cuss
Probably
your
was.
ass out. Boy.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's the problem we was talking about, them not taking the
Communication. I'm just giving you like that's we talking real though, but you can't come in and say no shit like that, man. Like been there, done that, dog. Like I'm pretty sure y'all have done that at some point. Like you try to have
Facts.
a energy conversation with a motherfucker that don't want to talk about like the vibes and shit. Like
Ooh,
that,
we.
you ain't going nowhere. You just finna get an
Oh man.
argument.
What Gucci
It's
say,
true.
next one, 15 coming. Like it's another one. I ain't
Well, you
worried.
would throw rap in
Oh
Oh
yeah, you
man,
gotta have the analogies, because if they don't understand your words, you gotta give
Bizzle,
somebody that
Bizzle,
can.
get the people your play. How you approach the bad energy at the crib, man.
I damn sure ain't finna say your vibe is off. I'm a I probably more like, hey, I probably ask, hey, how you doing today? You all right today? Like, it's probably be a conversation, like a tasteful conversation. I don't want to just.
Oh, that's how you think it's gonna go.
That's how I'm gonna try. I'm gonna approach it that way. It's gonna. I'm gonna be ready for whatever, bitch. I know it's gonna. Oh shit, where they came from, but
You got
you
great
gotta. But
intentions.
you gotta do your best to try to make it tasteful for them, because it's like you say, some people don't want to talk about them. Like, if it's them, like,
It could be
hell,
us though. It could be us because the
yeah, it could
energy
be me
involves
too.
it's
So that's
chemistry,
why
right? So
you have
it's
to
energy
approach
is
it
a little
like
bit
that,
everybody in this house, right? And if
right?
I'm throwing them shits off, I'm not gonna get offended. If you come around me and say, "Hey, bro, the energy off a little bit," shit, I'm gonna check myself a little. I'm not gonna get
Right.
offended by that. It's just communication. What do you think, Shell? We have a lot of testosterone on this show. You probably look about
I
it like,
mean, I kind of, I've been taking a little bit from all y'all, and I feel you on that. I mean, sometimes it's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes you got the power to alter it. It really just depends on the room, the people,
right,
and the vibe. But what
right,
I was thinking when you were talking, Silk, is about our favorite word is discernment. And
right,
so, and and what made me think of discernment was the accountability piece. And if you know that every time, and Trey, if you know that every time that you go into certain rooms, you getting all this type of aura that you don't like, and given we're not talking about work, let's take work out of it, because some stuff is
right.
out of your control, and that's different, right? You just can do your damn best with those yahoos. But I think in situations where you've been invited somewhere, or it's family, or it's even a group of friends or whatever, and you know that they've been on some real like low frequency ass like weird shit lately, and you don't really feel like having a discussion, or you don't really have the energy to be bringing yourself down to that, to communicate in the proper way. What I've learned the hard way over this past year is to stop bringing your ass in that space.
It's
And
like
then,
Rolling Tony.
and
Everybody
then,
don't deserve your presence.
right.
Yeah.
Give them if they can't, you know what I'm saying? If they can't, if they know what energy you bring to the table, what you strive to bring, and if they continue to try to lower that frequency because they can't get themselves together, then you eliminate yourself for a minute. And like you said, you
That's
just
the
gonna have to miss
play.
out. You're gonna have to miss out on me for a little bit,
That's
because
the
you know what?
play.
I can't keep
Yeah.
doing this with you. I can't keep getting in these spats with you because I'm gonna be me, and you figure out a way to bring me down and take me in a different direction because you just can't deal with the fact of me
Man,
being me,
still talking that shit.
You know, you see
right?
her, she in a duffel right now, bro.
You
Go
So,
talking your
ahead, do
shit.
your
Go
damn
so,
on.
thing.
I ain't up.
so
But
I gave you the floor. Let you
sometimes,
go ISO like Rico used, like Rick used to do.
sometimes
Go
you
ahead.
just gotta let people miss out on you for a little while until they can be like, you know what? She let me be me. I'm gonna let her be her, and we ain't gonna have no beef about it. But I hear this. I see it all the time on social media, and I feel it a lot because I am an extrovert, and I'm a lot. And I come with all of that when I come into a room, and some people love it and it energizes them, and other people it drains. And I also, I mean, I know I irk people's spirit sometimes. I irk their demons
Whenever
sometimes, just
somebody
being
feels,
me.
and that's more of a reflection of them, right?
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
That's one
absolutely. It
thing I
ain't my
learned.
beef. It
Yeah,
ain't
it
my
ain't.
beef.
Yeah, it's more
But
of a
think
reflection
about
of
how
them.
but think about how many years or how long we internalize that kind of stuff when it ain't even our bag, but we're like made to feel a type of way, or we get those little underhand underlying jokes, or little shady ass stuff that people say that let you know that they ain't
I'm
really
with
just
you.
they don't feel you. Trust
Yeah.
me, it happens all the damn time.
And when
And
I
so,
I don't hesitate when I get them shits right there, bro. Like I ain't got no time to be playing around with like in my circle who I'm fucking with on a normal basis about if you rocking with me. Everybody that I'm around, I rock with them. We got somewhere we trying to go, and I'm support you, and we down for some shit. And vice versa. I want that same energy. I ain't got time for no people around me that's just like random. I don't know, like if you fucking with me, kind of fucking with me. I don't live like that no more. My circle is very small, man. And I don't give my presence
Real
to
talk.
everybody
and
I feel that
sometimes
way
people can
too.
be going through things that make them be that way towards you because, again, you're irritating their soul for whatever reason. And I
because
would just
they
say,
can't
if that
understand your
person,
confidence. They can't understand like why is she so confident in herself, and I'm not confident in
but it's,
myself like that.
again, that's a them thing. You can't
Correct.
worry about why they're doing it. You just got to know that you can't worry yourself about it so much. And you need to let them miss you for a minute. You need to take yourself out of the equation for a little bit and let them work on that piece.
Back Rolling Tony.
Because I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen with people that that are that you your A1 since day one, your
Back
A1 day
Rolling
ones,
Tony.
your people that you've known for a long time. It's like your brother, your sister. Like it's gonna happen in those tight groups. Don't think that just because it's a new friend or somebody. No, this can happen to family and people who have known each other for a long time.
Back to Rolling Tony.
Bro, I talk about this with bro
Oh
all the
shit.
time. Just because I know like
Shell came to pod.
yeah she did. You
Appreciate
dropped
it.
a lot of good gems. Um, and I can relate to a lot of shit you say because I communicate that with bro a lot because I just know like
Right.
my personality on like how I am and how I come across a lot. But it's hard when you know like especially like if you're in tune to you're confident in your abilities, you're confident of like, the people around you, and you want to bring the best out of the situation. And you come in with pure heart and love and you pour all that out and then, motherfuckers just treat it like it ain't shit and just like stomp on that motherfucker. Sometimes you're like, yo, bro, it depends on like who you are. Like sometimes, like I know me personally, I can just be. I don't know, man. No, but thanks for sharing what you had to share. I don't want to get too bogged down into my personal shit, but I love what you had to say, and I'm ready to go ahead and just carry on with the conversation.
Already, man. Already. It's been a beautiful podcast, man. I enjoy hanging out with you guys today. What y'all listening to? I got some vibes.
Oh yeah.
I got some. I'm ready.
Oh, you got what you got? Some
Wait,
We used to have a
are
we
we
used to have
going
a
with a
problem on this show.
genre? Are we going
No.
with a genre? Or we
see,
just throwing
this
it
is
out?
what y'all fucked me up. I can't. Y'all fucked me
Huh?
up a couple times with this. Just play whatever you want to play.
You just be ready, Trey.
Okay.
Shade.
Usually, like it's hard to find the first person that's gonna play a song, but she'll be having her shit loaded. Go ahead, and get the
I
shit
was
off.
ready. I was ready because we going on those
She
vibes.
had that Meg Thee
You know what?
Stallion
I need to
loaded
say
up
one thing.
2 weeks.
So I was gonna play a T-Pain song because the last couple of songs we
So
heard.
KB.
Wait a minute. This for KB. You listen to KB. So wait a minute. So when we were listening to the videos earlier, the last couple of songs were some old ass T-Pain songs, and I was like, man, I just really love T-Pain. And then earlier I was kind of laughing because KB was looking like T-Pain. And when he said Teddy Pendergrass earlier, all I kept thinking it was when T-Pain said Teddy Pendergrass, and that was one of the videos we watched. So anyway, side note on that. But this is what I got for y'all.
Oh man.
This is a bop, man. This is a time. This is an era. This one of KB. This is one of KB. KB was on a nice run of tearing the club down on the dance floor when this shit came out. Boy, he still is in his prime right here.
Shout where you stay.
Jay's on the feet, on that Patron. So get like me. Hey. I'm so fly.
Just do what you do.
All right, Young Jock and Needy. All right. There you go.
Y'all seen Young Jock crying on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh man, he was crying about some ass, wasn't he?
Like you say, he was sad by black people and shit, man. The world, shit like that.
I felt that. I be like that sometimes. Like I just be really just
but
like
did you go cry and upload it?
I mean, no, but
I feel like that sometimes too.
I would. One time I erased it. Actually, one time I recorded myself crying about the world
never.
Ain't no goddamn way.
The hell is you thinking about? But you ain't even finna think about it. I ain't even finna hold no phone in my face while I'm crying. What the hell?
I did because I was
a different type of person.
Yes, sir.
No, because you know what? Sometimes you just may want to speak it out. You want to get it out, and you need. I think
so call your ass in a closet somewhere, your prayer closet, whatever.
No, he was trying to
take yourself.
He probably helped somebody that was going through some.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying you never know.
I said, but I couldn't do. That's all.
Because we talk about all the time, people need outlets. We talk about suicide. We talk about mental health and all that stuff like that. You don't know if that one thing, just knowing that somebody else can sympathize with you.
He put a
Let him take it. Let him make it.
He took his shirt off. He had
I'm right there with you, bro. I'll tell you one nigga I ain't trying to see you just cry, moan with your t-shirt off and a doggone perm.
Nah, bro, ain't no.
He had a perm and all. He had a slick over.
He got a comb over.
Yeah. Yo, that video was nuts.
Y'all better
man.
leave Jack alone. I didn't watch
At first, I was
video.
watching it seriously, right? I was like, watching. I'm like, man, this is fucked up, man. I understand what he's saying. Because sometimes I feel like the way the world, like, when you realize what the fuck going on in the world, this shit crazy sometimes, right? And I just thought about it, though. I was like, man, this motherfucker really recorded himself with his shirt off. Put that bitch a filter over that bitch, and then and then uploaded it. He edited it, got music behind it and shit.
You know I don't do the
It's a
men
whole
with the filters
production.
now. Oh
Lion, make sure
Lord.
you chop this.
It's a whole production, man. Ain't no damn way, bro. Shout out to Jock,
Oh
man. Somebody had to
shit.
do it. That was his purpose.
Yeah, he living his purpose.
Let them make it.
Yeah, you gotta express ourselves. I want to give brother Jock the room to express himself as
Yes.
openly as he want to.
Filters and all.
Right.
Come on up, Closet Jock.
I'll at least ran by my dog for what y'all boy think about this, man. Think about putting this out.
Hey, nigga,
Them
you don't,
niggas
you
would
don't
have
delete
stopped
that
them.
shit.
They wouldn't have went
Expedition.
on. It might have not made the.
Y'all boy think about
I
this.
got there.
You know, lost your damn mind. Oh, hey, who? Y'all ready? Who next?
Geo, boy, Geo, you like got
Yeah.
chopsticks. You got do rag on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go. Gonna play some old J Rock, man. This is a wild freestyle with him and Kendrick.
That shit go crazy.
Cap on, and I got racks on. Spent 4 nights in the country, I like then take my rich ass back home.
And J Rock go crazy on this.
This ain't like your Fairmont. Do one big gun baritone. Who won? We won. Your home. We old school like Dapper though. My old school made Dr. No. My old school made hard not. Black on black, my coupe and strap ain't balling on the hard top. I told y'all to call top. Now my number call block. I don't miss like car shot. Hold up, yeah, cap on. And I got racks on. And I produce that diesel. I can put Shaq on. Nigga, your bitch gon' leave you. You ain't got backbone. Down people, I just go on bread chase. Whoa, this so fucking dope. I might catch a fed case. Whoa, you ain't getting money, nigga, then you dead weight. Whoa, got the drop on them. There you go, checkmate. Whoa, we go drop on them. Y'all better play it safe. Whoa, cap on. And I got racks on. Don't be bitter, yo, dope, they reconsider that shit be stepped on. Eastside Johnny way out that project, but then I get my rep on. Fuck your
Figured I'll just give a little bit of J Rock, but that was J Rock and Kendrick wild freestyle.
That shit go hard. Anybody that's ready? No?
I got
I
a
can
squirt.
go. What the hell? Yeah, work on your goddamn words, boy. I'm gonna go. I don't want to play nothing too woke and shit, bro.
No?
I'll play some old The Weekend, man. The Morning. How about that?
What's
That's
his name?
that's
From the morning to the evening, complaints from the tenants. Got the walls kicking like they 6 months pregnant. Drinking Alizé without cereal for breakfast. Girls calling cabs at dawn, 6:45. Sky's getting cold. We flying from the north, rocking with a city like a sold out show. A house full of pros that specialize in the home. Make that money rain as they taking off their clothes. Order plane tickets, Cali is the mission. Visit every month like I'm split life living. Let the world listen if I hate his card slipping. Then my niggas stay tight. Got my back like Pippin. Fast life gripping. Yeah, we still tipping. Codeine cups paint a picture so vivid. Face try to mimic. Get girls timid, but behind closed doors they get cold so rigid. All that money, the money is the motive. All that money, the money is the motive. All that money, the money she be holding. Girl, put in work, girl, put in work. Girl, put in work, girl, put in work. Girl, put in work. Push it to the limit.
The Weekend. The Morning, man. Oldie but a goodie, man. She
yes.
aged well, man.
What's his new name? What name he going by now?
I think he's gonna go by his first name or his real name.
The
Which
weekday.
is
Abel or Abel.
Abel or Abel? I never heard anybody say Abel as Abel.
Oh yeah. Abel Tesfaye.
You ready, Bizzle?
Yeah. I got some. I'm gonna throw back too. Some goody mob.
okay.
Let's go. I'm
You
just
ever see
playing
that
beautiful
stuff that
skin.
when it get cold, the ice that you can't see? So happen sometimes.
Hey, kind bump every hole in the wall, y'all. That's
That
my
guy.
shit, bruh.
Now you know, man, I know. I done bumped every hole in the wall, y'all. Did you catch that phone call? Most of y'all didn't met me. Thought it was tall. Yeah, flip like a deal. Slip fell on the black ice. Did you think twice? Home slice came in, he went satisfied. Got bent balls, ain't immune coast to coast. Yeah, I left the boat. Man, dose is dose. Too many coming close. Touch what I never touched before. Seen what I never seen before. Woke up and seen the sun sky high. Sky high, circulate like a Sunday paper. Papers caught long time. The cheap flicks, good pics pay hard. Watch the heart turn sideways, cause the tail. Blue real sales to those who lose cash. Players keep your life for now. Feeling good and warm. Windows roll tight, 35 degrees. Nip it at night. Don't forget the chapstick, lips dry quick. When the jack out, make you wanna act out. Take the slack out, some people black out. What I never touched came back out. Seen what I never seen before. Woke up and seen the sun sky high. Sky high. Touch what I never touched before. Seen what I never seen before. Woke up and seen the sun sky high. Sky high. I've been in it for the past.
That's good. Black ice.
Gas. That's my shit, man. Treyway, waiting on you, baby.
Sometimes you gotta slide on some black ice. I'm gonna play Words of Affirmation by Queen Naja, man. I like that track.
I fuss with Queen Naja.
Queen Naja.
Good morning type vibe from her.
Pretty, tell me I'm pretty. Even when I wake up without no makeup, morning breath still kiss me. Love me, tell me you love me. And even when I feel it, still need to hear it. Your words really touch me. I'ma need a little more than you being present. I need a little more than you just giving me presence. I need communication, affirmation, appreciation. So say it, say it. Over and over, over and over again. Over and over again. Worthy, tell me I'm worthy. I'll be your peace and everything you need. Just promise not to hurt me.
That's Queen Naja, Words of Affirmation, man. Beautiful track.
Yes.
Good vibrations.
Yes.
We out of here. We out of here. Any shout outs?
Yeah, I got one quick one, man. Shout out to the OG. Since it is Memorial Day weekend type shit. So in remembrance of my grandfather, George F., man.
Already.
Who George F?
My
Your
granddad.
grandfather, man.
Oh, okay.
Nigga,
Just
you could have just said that. Like, who the hell doing that?
shout out to the graduates. They still graduating. Shout out to all the
Motherfuckers
graduates.
still
Y'all did that.
graduating.
Yeah, my baby will graduate next week.
Yeah, they
Pre-K.
I got a
all
good
the
one for
8th grade
y'all.
graduates,
We're
the
gonna get
high
out of here
school
though.
graduates,
We'll get out of
college
here.
graduates.
I got a good
everybody.
one for y'all next show though.
All right.
We're gonna talk proms. Like
Yes.
these ghetto
Oh,
wild
man.
ass big
Over the
ass.
top proms.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah,
talk that
God.
shit. Yeah, next show. Cause I'm gonna go on a rant.
Can't wait.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
Put that in the docket for real, for real.
Any shout outs, Bizzle? You getting up out of here.
I ain't got no shout outs. I'm ready to go.
Already. Same here, bro. I'm super tired, man. And shout out to everybody that's holding us down, that's listening to this podcast, supporting us. Like us on everything. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I think we're kicking some pretty dope shit. Good conversations. Shell, welcome to the show. It's gonna be the vibes. Maya moved on to do some other things. She just got a lot of responsibilities and a lot of things going on right now. She can't focus on podcasting, so she stepped away. So this is the crew right here. We're gonna keep it busy. We're gonna keep it current, consistent. Y'all hold us down with the call-ins. Gio, get the folks the number real quick for the call-in.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Nigga went straight to a Viagra ad, didn't it?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. The people can call.
How this dude get Viagra?
No, not that.
The
We got
hell
that.
you be watching, boy?
We can do. We got the phone number 404-939-5189, 404-939-5189. Leave a voicemail about different topics, thoughts, suggestions, or just show love to the show.
All
Boom.
ready.
Shout out to Cialis.
Good night, man. This bitch here.
Yeah, we out here in the show, Trey. It's Culture Uncut podcast. We'll see y'all next week, man. Here. Bro.